bless you all. So grateful that you're here watching this today. Me and the Watchmen are going to break down the NBA Finals. I've already covered it a little bit, but remember that stream was completely inspired by the Watchmen. He's going to go in more detail now. Obviously, we've got Game 2 coming up. But we want to focus on the merging, the biblical connections, revelation, more than the actual sport of basketball and the organization of the NBA. We want to break down why the Spurs and the Knicks. There's 30 teams, yeah? Why is it down to these two in 2026? Why is Trump going to attend Game 3? Why so much revolved around Brunson? Why so much revolved around the alien, Wembanyama? Okay? You guys can share your insights. We're so grateful for that. Share your woos. You can support financially if you feel obliged, but no need if you don't want to. And basically, Watchman's going to be leading this stream, and I'm going to jump in. I'll give a bit of information about Game 2 to show you that this is clearly revolved around 9/11 and aliens and merging. It's pretty wild, guys. So I'm going to hand you over the Watchman.
Most importantly, it's all centering around the Bible. That's what we need to understand, is that this is all biblical, folks. Now, this is all being played out as games and as things that men do, the affairs of men. And I know people have a hard time, not in this community and in my community. I know a lot of us here are believers in Jesus Christ and have given our lives to him, because I want you all to understand right now, it's not about the coding. Okay, like I get, like my brother Adam, like he's an amazing coder. You all know his work. We watch his work. We see what he does. I've never really done this stuff until I met Adam with the sports stuff. Like I always was a big sports guy. That's why me and Adam were able to like come together, and like we just really started jiving. And I want everybody to know, I had no idea who Adam was. I just simply had left a comment on a video about Donald Trump, about like 9/11 and him being the 9/11 president, and it was just very insightful, right, brother?
It was just, yeah. From the moment
it was just a comment, because that's what I do. Other than preaching on Instagram, and making YouTube videos, I just leave comments because I know that people read comments. That's always something I've done. Before I became like, I don't even like calling myself an influencer, because that's not what I am. Yeah, I've amassed a following, and I appreciate every single person from Adam's community, my community watching. If you're new here, welcome. Like, this stuff can be really overwhelming, and this stuff can feel like, oh man, I need to learn this, I need to learn that. No, what you need to do is give your life to Jesus Christ today, because tomorrow is not promised, folks. It doesn't matter what you know about the future, what you can see with the future. No man knows the day or the hour. And lots of people have been saying, oh, Jesus is coming back. All these people with the false rapture prediction. This is the problem with, putting dates and numbers on anything, is that we operate in a finite time. God is infinite. He knows the past, he is the present, and he is the future. Okay, but he's asking us to choose right now. He's asking us to divide ourselves from the world. And that is what is happening, is the merging of this new order, this new utopia, that we're all going to have this world peace. Well, what did the Bible say about peace, brother?
Will come sudden destruction.
That's right. Okay. And what are we seeing? Do we see that peace is happening right now? Do we see peace in the Middle East? Yeah, Trump's talking a big game, and all these people, these politicians, they've got the board of peace. They're making all these organizations and government affiliations and spending all trillions of dollars. I mean, we're talking endless amounts of money. You see, it's not about the money. And that's what, unfortunately, the coding world has gotten really popular about. And I know my brother, this is not to call out coders or even, put a stain on my brother here. My brother and me do the work together because we are servants of God. It isn't about the coding. It isn't
basically, right? Today, this stream, we want to lead you to Christ. We want you to open your eyes to what's going on with the merging.
Yes.
But we know that a lot of people will be here to be like, so who's winning the NBA Finals? Who's got Game 2? We understand your curiosity behind that as a fan, as a gambler. But again, if that's all you want to know, then this channel's not for you. My website's not for you. We want to know why. Like, that's why I like to code after the game as well. Because if I only cared about winning picks, I wouldn't break it down post-game. There'd be no need for me to do that. It'd just be on to the next one. I never really used to do post codes or anything like that. But again, you've got every man and his dog being a coder now. You've got every man and his dog having a Discord, a Patreon, their own website, claiming that they can code and that they know everything. And you're seeing it. It's just, sometimes I find it cringeworthy.
It is.
Especially when I see the codes and what they're sharing. And
same with the churches too. Everybody thinks they're a pastor or a preacher and knows the revelations.
The fullness of the gospel, yeah.
Yes. So see, the merging of the gospel is happening with the coding community, but yet it's being divided because, like my brother, you know, I don't like calling names, but you know, we've talked about Zach, we've talked about these amazing coders, but they're refusing to submit to God and His Word, and people look at God's Word as, oh, that's just a tool of control. Oh, it's religion. Yeah, I know that somebody doesn't read the Bible when they say stuff like that because Jesus was not a religious guy,
brother. The question is, with all of these platforms, is what's the ultimate goal of the channel? Ultimately, like for me at the beginning, it was to feed my ego. It was to make a decent amount of money, but it was also to learn and to expose darkness. I wanted to do all of those things. I'm not quite sure what was number one with why I was doing it. I was curious. I wanted to share my opinions with people. I'm very extroverted as well, so I like people hearing me talk. But now my ultimate goal is leading people to Jesus. That's number one.
Amen.
It's not to hit a future. It's not to be the best coder. It's not for you to like me, okay? It's not to prove how intelligent I am. It's literally, how can I use this work to lead people to Christ, to show them that the mark of the beast is coming, that the end times is coming, that Armageddon is coming, that Jesus is coming. So any tool that I have now, again, me and Watchman were talking. Somebody's new to the channel. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you.
Somebody has a grudge about me, right? From 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago, I was cocky, egotistical. I was new to all of this. I was a bit brash, and somebody believes I'm still that person in 2026. So I was unsaved then. I never preached the gospel. It was all about me. And they had an issue because I was drinking a beer in the live stream or whatever it was. And I don't drink alcohol anymore. It don't make me special or anything. But that's the issue, is people still have views of me from 2020, 2022. Oh, that illusion, all he does is this. All he does is go on about how amazing he is. That's not me anymore. It sometimes comes out, but I know it now. I'm like, ugh, Adam, ugh. Do you know what I mean? So if you're new to my channel, awesome. You've got a lot of videos to watch. If you're new to the Watchman, you've got a lot of content to watch. But try not to be that person that watches one stream and then judges the whole character of a streamer. It's very dangerous. You got to watch multiple videos to get an idea.
And I would say that both of us are doing this work because we love our neighbor. I mean, I'm not making no money. Like, at least my brother here can get some financial support and can, you know, support his lifestyle and what he's got to do. We all got things to take care of. We all need money. You know, we all want a platform. We all have a voice. We want to be heard. We want to be seen. But at the end of the day, we need to decrease so Christ can increase. Can I get an amen?
Amen. That's incredible. I'm just going to read this comment out from the Basics. He always gives gold.
Oh yeah, Basics is one of the OGs, baby.
Yeah, this guy's really supportive and always gives great info. Wemby represents France. Macron, which is obviously the president of France, was 23 years, 8 months, 21 days old when 9/11 happened. Kobe was born 23/8. Kobe equals 21. 21 is Tim Duncan's number. Another one there, mate, with your 821. If you go back and look at that shirt that Anthony Towns was wearing, the 1999 NBA Finals.
I might have it. Let me try to find it.
Awesome. But you'll see the jersey numbers were 8 and 21, which was by design because 821 is the 142nd prime number. And if the Knicks win today, they're 14 and 2. And 9/11 lasted 1 hour, 42 minutes, which is huge for the Knicks. And also the Spurs could drop to 12 and 8, and 10/28 connects to 9/11, guys, because 10/28 is when the North Tower collapsed. So imagine that. Imagine they go 12 and 8 as the Knicks go 14 and 2. That would be 9/11, which plays along with what you've just shown me with the 8, the 21. But there's loads for the Spurs today. But brilliant stuff. We know Tim Duncan's numbers are rarely connected to Wembanyama's numbers. And Tim Duncan played with Tony Parker, who's obviously an idol in France like Wembanyama. So there's something with Spurs and France that's really interesting to me. So thank you for that. We got Golden Age Deception in the house. Love
Yo,
this
what
guy.
up, Golden?
Amazing code. He'll be keeping an eye on today's game. Please pray for his knee, guys. You know what it's like when you're injured. Saint JPM's got an amen. And he said, I feel your desires have changed since you're saved. It's what happens. It's backed up by the Bible. There's a renewal of the heart, mind, soul. It doesn't mean you become perfect.
No.
And that's super important. But there is, I don't want to make it about me. I don't watch sports anymore. I don't gamble. I don't drink. I don't have as many lustful thoughts. And my ego's not as overpowering as it used to be. And that's not anything to do with me. That's the Holy Spirit that came into my life and transformed me. And I'm so grateful to God. But yeah, people say, if there has to be a transformation, that's works based. And that's where I kind of disagree. I think the Holy Spirit takes over. It's not
God.
You trying to be good. I'm telling you, I didn't just go, I'm a Christian now, I'm going to stop doing this, and this, prove my point to the church and be a good little Christian boy. It's just the Spirit came into me. I'm like, I don't desire that anymore. I don't want to be around those people anymore. And it's not because I was like better than them. It was the Spirit just like, it gives you discernment, doesn't it? Like me and Dustin are not going to sit down, grab a beer, bet and watch the game, but you can do all of that and I won't judge. It's just I don't want to do it because one, I think all the sports are run by the devil. Two, I just realized alcohol has zero benefits for me. And I'd rather sit down and talk about Jesus.
Amen.
I just would.
That's truly the only reason me and Adam came together was because of Christ. It wasn't about like I'm not in the coding community, you know, like people don't know me on my channel for being a gematria coder. Do I use numbers? Well, yeah, because the Bible is literally all about numbers. Life is all about numbers. You have 2 eyes, you have 2 hands, you know, you got 2 arms, like everything. Truth exists, folks, and that's ultimately what we're here to try and find, right? All as a community and as people in general. Is that not the ultimate question? What is beyond life, right? And as a man with children, my brother here doesn't have children, and I'm sure he would be a great father if he did. It's just not the way it worked out. I'm a man with 3 children, all under 5 years old, and I can tell you right now, looking at my children and seeing how they came into this world, there is no denying that there is a God, because it is one of the most miraculous things to ever happen on this earth. Okay, children. And Jesus said in the Bible, if you want to enter into heaven, you must be like a child. And what did he mean by that? It doesn't mean go boo goo goo gaga baby. It means you need to let go of your pride, your ego, your understanding of what you think you know, including time. You think you know the times? You don't know shit about time. I'm sorry. I have to tell people this. You don't know crap. Our time is man-made. God's time is above our ways. This is why you need to know the Bible, is because the Bible isn't meant to control you.
In a day in the Bible is that there's no 24 hours. We're not limited to time within the scriptures. I'm just going to read this from Donovan. Donovan, you're a very gifted coder. And I've noticed with Donovan, he leaves codes and I can always add to them. I enjoy this back and forth. So look, Donald Trump is attending game 3, right? If you want to talk about Donald Trump, me and Dustin can go all day long if you want to talk about Trump. But he's attending game 3. It has to be 3. It connects to World War III, the Trinity test, obviously to Jesus Christ. And he says Knicks can... Game 3, Knicks can get their 68th game of the season on 6-8 champion. Oh, you mean 68th win? 68th win on 6-8 championship 68. Donald Trump 68. Donald J. Trump 68. Victor Wembanyama 68. Karl Anthony Towns 68. What I want to tell you there with the 68 is 68 is the year Donald Trump graduated. 68 is when the construction for the World Trade Center began, and 68 is when 911 became the emergency dialing code. 68 with Revelation 6:8 as well is about the 4th horseman, which is death. So a lot can go on with that 68, but I'm pretty sure right now they're on 66 wins, which is the 11th triangular number. So the series could go 1-1. If you go read my hockey code yesterday, I don't know how that team won. They were down 2-0 with 10 minutes left, plus 800, and found a way of winning. So in these games, guys, anything can happen. Watchman, you mentioned this to me, I think. Wasn't the Spurs up by 14 in game
The,
one?
the Spurs had a couple. This was actually the first because of what's happening, and because again, it's God, it's not me. I'm an athlete. I loved basketball. I loved football. I can barely watch them myself, not because I don't enjoy watching the game. And again, we're not here condemning watching the games. It's just people have so much energy and so much time and money wrapped up into them. They're losing the understanding of what these games are all about, and it is to deceive you. Okay. Now the Spurs were up. Okay. And I'm watching this game, and I haven't watched a game all year. I know that the Spurs are good. I haven't watched a single game of the Knicks. Again, see, this isn't what I do. What I do is I watch the symbolism. I watch the signs. I see the symbols. Okay. That's more my forte. When I woke up in 2011, kind of like Adam did with the codes and the gematria, I seen the reality of the symbolism and the nature of what the devil controls in this world. You can clearly prove the devil. Now people say, prove that Jesus is real. Well, there's tons of historical accounts. I mean, even the most staunch atheist can tell you that a man named Jesus Christ once walked this earth. I mean, that is undeniable. And if you just deny that Jesus was real, I don't know how to help you with that. But you can see that the devil is intertwined in this agenda what's being pushed is something new, this new order, or these aliens and a new way of life. I mean, that we're on the final frontier, they'll call it. This is nothing new under the sun, folks. It is old. And when I'm watching that game the other night, brother, I'm obviously, I'm on the Knicks and you're on the Knicks, and I inspired that. I didn't get inspired by seeing a code or seeing the numbers like you just described, or all you great coders, like we see on the screen, Spurs with 155 wins. No, what happened with me was I was a staunch supporter of Donald John Trump. Okay, so when people tell me, oh, like you calling him the Antichrist, or oh, you're just a lefty that hates Trump. I hate when people tell me that. They're like, you're just a lefty Democrat. I don't support politics. I didn't even vote in the last election. So how can you call me a lefty Democrat when I don't support either? And I expose all the sides. Guess what? You are playing the Squid Game, even with politics, like these things. They're all games, folks, and they're meant to deceive you. When you were voting for George Bush Jr. versus John Kerry, guess what? You had an illusion of choice. It was two bonesmen that were going to be your president. They were doing handshakes and doing rituals together at Yale University while you all are fighting and saying, oh, we got to have the right in, we got to have the left in. It's a joke.
And the Bible says, don't go left or right.
Exactly. So this is what I'm focused on, is Donald Trump, because guess what? He deceived me. He deceived a lot of people. I mean, I think more than ever, people are starting to feel like what we've been feeling for the last few years. They called us crazy. They said, oh, he's going to be the best president ever. He's going to give us all this stuff. Well, gas is $6 a gallon where I'm at. Food is higher than ever. My pantry used to be always full. I can't buy as much as I used to buy at the store. The same groceries that I buy for my family cost twice as much. The job economy sucks. Thankfully, I'm a stay-at-home dad, and my wife has a secure job, so that's not affecting me. So many lives are being affected right now by this man's decisions and what he pretends as, oh, this golden age. Does anybody feel like it's golden? It's feeling more like brown shit.
Well, okay. Yeah, bang on. I'm going to say one last bit about the numbers and over to you. Okay?
No, the numbers, but the people, we're here to do the numbers. We're here to do the symbolism. We're here to show you it's all happening for a reason.
Yeah, so we're here to show you that. And I also want to make a point in saying, obviously, the devil uses these numbers, okay? He's infiltrated everything, including numbers. But also numbers can be greatly revealing. Right? So they can reveal so much to us, but they can also be used as a tool to deceive. So I try to use these numbers, connect them to the Bible, and try to be like, what is God showing us with the numbers? What is the devil showing us? What are these societies showing us? What do these numbers represent? And that's why it's a great learning tool for me to understand what we call the universe, right? There's not many ways you can do that. The Bible is the best. It tells you who God created the heavens and the earth, why there's sin, why there's darkness. The Bible is the greatest tool for learning about your existence. I think numbers are the second best. I'm being serious. When you look at everything, how everything has a numerical code, you've got the Bible, which is the truth. It's the living, breathing word of God. And then after that, to get more of an understanding, people got these self-help books and things like that and do all of this, or they want to study psychology, and that's all good. Numbers. What are they representing? What are they showing us? Because this world's in cycles, isn't it? It's constant cycles. History repeats itself. And numbers are utilized in every single aspect of our reality within this world. But what I'm going to say here, because my boy Husker, thank you for your insights, right? Listen to this. I don't think we've ever had a woo from Husker, so give us a woo, Husker. He mentioned the brilliant connection, and I've just confirmed it. Spurs are on 155 wins in the playoffs since 9/11. Today's the 156th day of the year. So first of all, right, 9/11's the 156 prime number. That's huge. They can get their 156 win, do it the 156th day of the year. I'm going to add to that for you right now, because if you look at this as well, right, this is a good find. The Spurs have 12 wins. The Knicks have 13. 12 times 13, 156. Right? 156. Now, 156 months is 13 years. If the Spurs win today, they get their 13th win in the playoffs. The Knicks stay on 13 wins. That is absolutely enormous. But on the other end, there's a 13 as well for the Knicks. So the Spurs can get their 13th NBA Finals loss. Do you know what I mean, brother? So how wild is that with the 156s, guys? I just find that remarkable. And the Spurs can stay on 13 home playoff losses to the Knicks. So 156 months is exactly 13 years. It just stands out to me. Spurs get 13th playoff win this season. Knicks stay on 13. And then the Spurs become 13-7, the 33rd prime. And 13-7 is what, bro? It's when the assassination attempt on Trump was 13-7.
Oh,
so
dude,
that's very interesting.
That's perfect, because look, with that, I had the photo up. I'll pull it up again. One sec. Okay. Now you tell me, brother. He got shot in the ear. Okay, yes. He got shot in the ear. And everybody, logically, we're gonna approach this logically. Okay. If you get shot in the ear, grazed in the ear, there should be blood that runs down the side of your neck, right? The side of your neck. And you can see a little bit of blood down the side of his ear. How would this blood get perfectly put on his lip right there with just a straight line and no streaks or anything? And then on the bottom, do you see what it makes, brother? A V.
Yep.
It makes a V, a red V, okay? And now everybody's like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? I'm telling you this, who's the one that released all the UFO files? Who's the one that's deciding to open up this rabbit hole that pretty much it's confirming Trump has done what everybody has been saying, especially people like me. See, I was telling people about Jeffrey Epstein in 2013. That was before it was cool to make memes and say, oh yeah, show us the files, show us the files. Everybody called me crazy when I said there was a human sex trafficking ring happening all around the world being run by the governments, okay? And so now Trump has released those, and he's confirmed that, and now he's confirming that aliens are real. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're
and
confirming
also, brother,
he got
shot in the ear.
What's that?
He got shot in the ear, yeah?
He got shot in the ear, yes.
And right, okay, if the Knicks lose, right, they go to 13-3.
Wow.
Revelation 13:3, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So imagine that. You've got him getting shot in the ear, right? And being wounded. And that's Revelation 13:3. Knicks dropped to 13-3. And then the date he got shot at was 13-7, and the Spurs become 13-7 in the playoffs this season. Imagine, like, not many people can see that. Do you know why they can't see it? Why can't they see it, bro? You said it yesterday. What separates us? Why can't they see that?
The Spirit.
Because they don't know Revelation 13.
They don't have the Holy Spirit, and they don't know the Bible exactly.
Yeah, they don't know what that verse symbolizes. So then, unless you okay, it's very. God bless Derek, who's a friend of mine. We're not super close, but he's a friend. He did the Gematrinator. So that helped me with, obviously, Gematria. It greatly helped me with the triangular numbers, the Fibonacci numbers, the prime numbers. So grateful to him. The date durations, right? And they're massive tools. They're excellent tools, and we should all be grateful to him for that. But if you want to go next level in the coding world, you need to know your Bible from Genesis to Revelation, in my opinion. If you want to regard yourself as like somebody who's really making a difference in the coding world, I think you need to start incorporating the scriptures. And thankfully, more people are doing that.
They are, and that's because of the work that we're trying to do.
I
Because
believe so, yeah.
once you open your mind up to the fact that this is all, like I said, connected, and that there's no such thing as a coincidence. See, when you become a Christian and you become a true Bible believing Christian that's full of the Holy Spirit, you realize there are no mistakes with God. Everyone says, "Oh, God made mistakes." No, there are no mistakes with God. He is perfect. He knows everything. It's we that are flawed. It's we that choose to go against God and His Word. It's we that continue to choose to follow our own heart and say, "This is what my heart tells me." Adam, what does the Bible say about following your heart?
It's easily deceived. It warns us about following it.
It is easily deceived, and I get it. Feelings and emotions. See, these are the gifts from God. We were made in the image of God. So, see, that's what this alien stuff is all about: is to make people fall away from God and say, "Well, if there's aliens, that means the Bible is just literally a tool of man that was created to keep man under this religious system, so that he would submit to all these, leaders and all this."
Yeah,
And
the aliens, bro, will absolutely, for a lot of people, annihilate the Bible.
yeah, because what was the famous thing? They've already tested this theory out. That's the thing. All these movies. I mean, we could spend the rest of the thing not talking about any codes, nothing else that we've got presented, and we could just go through year after year, the movies after movies, TV show after TV show of all the alien predictive programming. Why are they so keen on showing us aliens and predictive programming? You need to start asking yourself, what is the deal with the aliens?
And why is the revealing now? And why was it
Exactly.
10 years
Why
ago,
now?
20
Exactly.
years
Why
ago?
now than all the time? Because they've clearly known about flying saucers since the 70s, 60s. When people were writing books and all these, like I said, they're vindicating. Speaking of V, all the people that have been called crazy all these years. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's not about see, I was right about the aliens. It's okay. Do you understand the aliens are actually fallen angels from the Bible, and to be
Exactly.
alien means to be a stranger?
I knew a girl for about 7 years has been talking about aliens and Operation Bluebeam and
Yep.
alien invasions. And they're probably going to go around now saying, I told you so, I told you so.
Yes.
But they're getting caught up believing they're actual aliens from outer space. So they're
Yes.
not as smart as they think. They're believing in these flying saucers or unidentified flying objects. So again, there's a fine line with it all when it comes to that. And also with the V. I think about 5.
Oh yeah, it's 5. And it represents the 5th age of Aquarius, which is I don't do zodiac and stuff, but that is essentially the next age of humanity, the 5th age of Aquarius. The beast rises from where, brother?
The sea,
the
water,
sea.
and
I'm telling you, these people live it.
The fifth seal of the 7 is the persecution of the saints.
Exactly. And like I said, you're going to be persecuted for your faith. We've always been persecuted for our faith, but I also believe that God is going to protect his children. And just like Noah's Ark, he is calling people to come to his shelter protection. Just like when the angel of death was put upon Egypt, when God was trying to free his people, all you had to do to be protected was by what, brother? Painting the blood of a lamb over the door. Okay. And who is the door?
Jesus is the door. Amen.
That's right.
So Trump won the election, didn't he? Which took place on, we know, bonfire now.
Yep, and November 5th. Remember, the 5th of November, V for Vendetta. This is all about rebellion, folks.
Yeah, and your knowledge on that's amazing. But you got to remember that he won the election that took place on 11/5, and 11 is the 5th prime number.
Wow.
So it's big. That the 5 is really big with Donald Trump, guys, and it's really big with the Bible and with astrology. And so much is going on. I think that's why Kobe had to win 5 NBA finals with all of his connections to the Bible. So yeah, 5.
Look at that, brother. As you just said, the 5. The Age of Aquarius was an album by a band called The Fifth Dimension.
Amazing. Dimension, yeah. Oh, by the way, a guy called, I don't know if you know him. Guys, please smash the like button. Everybody watching, support the stream, get it out there. Is a footballer. I've got to do a post about it later. David Beckham. You definitely would have heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's about to get a Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame. And he played for LA Galaxy, Los Angeles, the Angels Galaxy. And he came through at Manchester United, the Red Devils. He's about to get a star because his whole career has been a show. It's a performance. And again, something that I think Watchman's helped me greatly with this. Again, thank you so much, The Basics, is people living amongst us that are not human. And that's when my streams keep getting cut off. Now I've realized that.
Yep.
People like David Beckham, right, is not human. is not human. I don't think anyone who's ever received one of those stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is 100% human. But the
Yeah,
basic
because
Guy
and this
Fawkes was born April the 13th, Kobe connection, because that's when he played his final game.
Yeah, and Kobe's what? The
When he
black
lost
mamba, the
him.
snake. You see, he's embracing the spirit of Antichrist. That spirit, people say, okay, there's no such thing as the Antichrist. Because like I said, everybody thinks they're a preacher and a teacher of the Bible because they have somebody that they're listening to on YouTube or whatever. Be careful. Lots of agents of the matrix and a lot of misguided people. You need to diligently study it yourself. And again, the codes are important, all that, but the word triumphs everything, okay? Because in the end, God said, heaven and earth will pass away. Everything of this earth will pass away. Heaven even, because it's all going to be made new. But my word will never pass away. And what did God say? He said, let there be light. The light will always shine in the darkness, folks.
That's so true. And
Okay. So now you said that people are living amongst us, okay? This has taken me years to figure out. Okay, God's been constantly like showing me through visions and different things, and I've got some personal things to share with the stream today because I've been holding on to some stuff because I've just been patient and waiting. Now it's not because I'm trying to hide or I'm trying to see, but sometimes with God, like when with Ezekiel and Jeremiah, sometimes God gives a person a word, and I'm sure this happens with anybody watching too, and you feel like, oh man, I need to share this, but you're feeling like, okay, I need to actually hold on to this because you should pray on it because you need to test the spirits. You need to test things, folks. How do we gain knowledge and understand our comprehension of that knowledge? By getting tests. Okay. And we're always being tested. And right now the earth is being tested.
We constantly had to get tested for COVID as well.
Exactly. So as my brother's saying, oh, they walk amongst us and these people aren't human. They've been telling you for years. They're trying to tell you that these are the people you worship and that you idolize, okay? The stars of heaven. When Lucifer and his fallen angels fought God in heaven, they fell from heaven. And what was God's promise to Abraham and his people? That he would have more children on the earth than stars in the sky.
Yeah, and just the best verse with what you're describing, and I think many of these false prophets are these fallen angels, is 1 John 4:1. It always sits with me. It says, beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. I believe the biggest false prophets are these fallen angels.
Yes.
Because who's the biggest influencers, bro?
The stars.
Stars, the Hollywood stars, the politicians are stars. These stars, they're the false prophets. Yes, is there regular people, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Who are deceiving people. But I think Kenneth Copeland's not human, right?
No,
that's that serpent seed. But I do believe, and this is actually not to be too harsh, that there's many people who've been deceived by the fallen angels, right? Who are now deceiving unintentionally. Can I get an amen? So, for example, like Jehovah's Witnesses are being completely deceived. Mormons, Muslims, okay? Buddhists, they're being completely deceived, but they bought into the lie, correct?
Correct.
So then what they're doing is spreading their false gospels, which they believe that they're doing out of love and obedience, but in fact, they've actually been deceived by these false prophets who are these fallen angels. So that, and then it brings us back to Ephesians, doesn't it? That for we don't wrestle with flesh and blood, but principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. God made a point, or Apostle Paul made a point, that it's above man's pay grade, the wickedness, correct? So the true deception is coming from the fallen, and then many of the world who are not walking in the light are being deceived by the fallen, and then they're deceiving people. They're not doing the will of God. Who are they doing the will of? Their father, the devil.
And as you can see, they're telling you in movies too, they've infiltrated the churches. That's why, look, if you're Catholic here, it's not that we hate you, it's that we hate false prophets and false teachers. Because Paul said, any man that preaches a different gospel than the one you're hearing from us here, that's not because of their pride, because they're getting the revelation and the teachings from Jesus Christ himself. Paul never even met Jesus. He came to him in a vision, blinded him on the road to Damascus. And what happens when a person is blind? They walk in darkness. And Jesus even said in the Bible, if you're going to follow somebody that's a blind man, you will fall and stumble because you're being led by somebody that has no idea where they're going, okay? You need to have the light. So you don't go down a rabbit hole. You would never go to a big, dark, scary cave without a flashlight, would you? And just start walking around?
No, brother, but when it says let them be accursed, right?
Yep.
Like again, people just talk about, oh, the lovey-dovey God is great. Guys, he's telling you that like to be accursed, it means you're under a curse. It means you're doomed. It means you're deserving of detestation. It's like plagued by bad luck or spiritually condemned. So when you see terms like that, like if somebody's preaching a false gospel, let them be accursed. That is strong language, guys.
Oh,
That is strong language.
I mean, it was strong language. Wouldn't you agree? It was strong language when Jesus and John the Baptist would see these Pharisees. So that's what's funny when people are like, "Oh, the Bible and Jesus is all about religion and man controlling, you through religion." Yeah, that was the Pharisees and the Sadducees, which Jesus was always constantly being attacked by, because why? He was going against their religion.
The brood of vipers, guys. That's
if you call somebody, if I like I said, if somebody came on stream right now and started calling us a snake, we'd probably ban them, because it's like, wait, why are you calling us a snake? That is not, even in modern times, calling somebody a snake is one of the most is a very, like you said, harsh word. And look at the snake is constantly moving. Look at, there's the 8. That's why we see these numbers. It's a constant moving. It's a constant cycle. Okay. But that cycle has been perverted. If you don't know what this symbol is, it's the snake eating itself, because what does a viper do? And actually, I've heard that a mother viper actually, or something, they like eat each other after they have their babies or something like that. Snakes are the most cursed beast on the earth. Now, I'm not saying the animal itself, but see, this is what we're talking about with the merger. You see, man mixing with beast, and beast mixing with man, man with woman. Now, here we are in Pride Month. What is it all about? Oh, be what you want. You can be a female with a beard, or, oh, you can be a dude that paints his nails, as we just got the Madden cover, and Caleb Williams with his Osiris Rising X cross with his hands and his fingernails painted, okay? And it's interesting that they show his nails. Well, what did Jesus get nailed? He got nailed to the cross, correct?
Exactly. For our sins? The nails are so important. And again, look, what me and Watchman will do here, we'll show you the snake, we'll show you the 8, and then I'll tell you that Trump did the snake poem. I'll tell you there's exactly 8 years between his first day in office as the 45th and the 47th. And then you see the snake, you see the 8, you see the infinity. They want to live forever. They want to be God. And again, he's talking about the snake. And who was the snake? The devil. The snake was cursed. And he's talking about how the snake's the most cursed animal. He got put on its belly. He had to eat dust for the rest of its life. And this is how we can bring it back to the Bible. And brother, it's beautiful, isn't it? Like the Donald Trump, world ruler, Trump, the 7 trumpets.
I did not know that at all. I had no idea what the name Donald meant.
I know they don't know Donald.
And I didn't give a crap either. I honestly didn't give a crap about Trump. I just thought he was some rich business mogul man until he really started getting involved. I had absolutely no care for Donald Trump before he started in politics. And this was during my journey, like I said, as we all have our journeys here. And he started doing the whole QAnon thing started, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, and they start talking about Jeffrey Epstein and all these things that I'm studying and all these deceptions, but it's very coded. Like I don't know if you ever looked into the QAnon stuff, that's a psyop, a government psyop. They call it the white hats are against the, the white hats in control. Well, guess what? White hats are a term for the Masons.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So I had absolutely no idea what Donald Trump meant. I didn't understand anything about Trump's past. I knew that he was just a rich guy that was from New York. I honestly, when the election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump started, I was like, wait, we're going to have to choose between the witch. Okay. I knew that Hillary Clinton was a witch. Okay. I mean, and like I said, if you had read the WikiLeaks files from Julian Assange, that is what they say. Okay. See, that's what got me deceived. And this is why I'm working tirelessly now, is because there's still a lot of people that are saying, trust the plan. The plan doesn't seem to be very trustworthy when deception is the constant narrative. And God doesn't work in the shadows. God doesn't work now God is mysterious, okay? God works in mysterious ways. As we said, his ways are above our ways, and who can know God, but God himself. We can't understand that because we are finite beings. He is infinite, okay? But what he is exposing and what he is revealing to the world through visions, dreams, through the numbers, through all these codes, is that he is coming. Okay, I love this one. This is from the famous movie Independence Day. And what are we on? The 250th year of America's independence. In the movie Independence Day is all about what? An alien invasion.
incredible. 250 in the Bible is all about rebellion.
So this guy, he sacrifices himself. He's a father and he has a son, and he sacrifices himself at the end of the movie, flying in a jet. And he says that he was the crazy guy. This is like me in The Illusion, or like what Conspiracy Guy was. This was the crazy conspiracy guy that had been saying, I was abducted by aliens. You know, all those people, I've been abducted by aliens, and people just think they're crazy. Well, you start looking into some of those testimonies of people that got abducted and then they became Christian. They were still having those. It's almost like lucid dreaming. Okay. Now this is very esoteric and deep knowledge, which do not practice, you know, but dude, there's this thing called astral projecting where people literally have trained themselves to be able to supposedly split their spirit and their body. Now, I don't know how this all works because, again, I'm not in the occult. I don't practice these dark and hidden mysteries. But I'm telling you, people talk to demons just like we say we talk to God, or the Holy Spirit speaks to us through God's word. Okay, that's where our foundation is in the word. It's written in stone so that nobody can say, oh, well, I never could have known. Well, yeah, you could have. You just decided to deny it. Okay, but these aliens, or when these people would get abducted, every time they would be having a dream and it felt like they were getting probed or something was happening to them. And maybe it's real, maybe it's spiritual. I can't fully say, but from what I've investigated, when these things would hear the name of Jesus, when people would be in these moments, and it's almost like sleep paralysis where you feel like you're awake. And maybe some of you in the chat have had this happen to you before. It's never actually happened to me, but my sister has had it happen to her. And I've had friends and people that have told me personally, well, I have these dreams where I'm in sleep paralysis and it feels like I'm getting choked or I can't speak or breathe very well. Every single time those people would pray out to Jesus, it would immediately stop. Why is that? Why is it when they were interacting with these aliens or whatever these entities were that supposedly are from another galaxy, every time they hear the blood or the name of Jesus, they stop? That's how you know they're fallen angels, okay? And that they're from, yes, another world, but it isn't from another galaxy. It isn't from freaking Mars, as Mr. Elon Dodge Musk here. Guess what? From the word knowledge, you can get Dodge, right? And what did Satan offer to mankind? What is Elon and Trump and all these rich moguls doing with their power and their influence, the stars? They're offering you the knowledge. You see how it's the same lie.
In reverse as well, it's like E-God, like electronic.
Oh, E-God, yes, E-God. And what's the opposite, reverse of God? Dog. And what does God say about preaching, or a person that denies God and continues to, deny the truth? They're like a dog that likes to go back to their vomit.
Vomit, yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta understand that this is all about merger, and this is happening. This isn't conspiracy anymore, guys. They're putting microchips in people's brains.
That's very important what you just said. Like you said, that they're doing it.
It's not conspiracy.
Don't attack me and Watchmen for talking about Neuralink. But I was warning people of this 4 years ago and got called, because it wasn't as prevalent, was it?
No. Like I said, before COVID changed everything, as we both know.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I just want to give my brother Patrick's in the chat. I just need to say something to him. Yeah. Somebody mentioned this earlier.
The chat is just as important as us. There are so many great people in the chat, and we're not here, again, see, I'm not here to attack any community. I'm not here to attack a person. I'm just here to say truth exists, guys, and we're all trying to search for the truth. Well, when you get to the bottom of the rabbit hole in the matrix, when you've gone as deep as I've been doing this since 2011, folks. I've been doing this a long time, okay?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You find Jesus at the end of the tunnel. They say, don't follow the light. Yeah, that light is Jesus. But if you don't know Jesus, guess what? The false light is Satan.
So wild how Princess Diana died in a tunnel. She didn't see the light.
Died in a tunnel? Oh my gosh, and look what I have up. Oh, V for Vendetta. Look at the main person. Her name is Diana.
Oh, wow.
And V, the series, 1984 dystopia. V, the series, American television series, is about an alien invasion of Earth by carnivorous reptilians known as the Visitors.
Bro. And V, the TV series, ended on
March 22nd, 22 chapters of Revelation.
Oh, National Donald Day.
Oh, dude, that is National Donald Day, 322. And freaking You got March Madness, which this year the Wolverines won, the blue and the yellow team, okay? And so the during your stream, to kind of get into it, you know, with the how I seen the Knicks, I didn't see nothing with, I don't watch basketball. Like I said, I really don't watch any sports anymore because I'm always reading my Bible, or I'm too busy, you know, making content or trying to take care of my family. Like my time is very limited. It's hard to even get us to come here and live stream. All I simply did was watch or think of when I seen the Knicks versus Spurs. I was like, huh, well, the Knicks has the Donald Trump connection because Trump is from New York, okay, so I can see why they're in it. And Trump is releasing the UFO file, so there's immediately the alien connection with the Knicks. And then, of course, I know about Wembanyama and the alien. So I'm like, dude, this is all about aliens. And what did we say? We went on stream. I have it right here. I have it on my Instagram. Let me see if I can find it. We told people about Seattle Seahawks and why we seen them winning the Super Bowl. Everybody had the Patriots locked. The Patriots were locked, okay? Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, we seen something that was deeper with Seattle because where is the Space Needle located?
Seattle.
In Seattle. The beast rises from the sea. Okay, look at a movie called, a famous movie, Pacific Rim. Look at the image. Robots rising from
the sea,
the water, the sea, in the a rift between two tectonic plates. The Pacific opens up and allows a huge alien monster known as the Kaiju to come and run our world and attack.
Bro, I live 5 minutes from the Pacific Ocean. I got baptized.
So do I. I live on the west coast by the Pacific. Okay. And that's what I'm trying to tell you is that there's been guys like Bill Cooper. Okay, some of you, if you don't know who Bill Cooper is, that guy is the real Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a fraud, and Bill Cooper even called him out and said, if you follow that guy Alex Jones, you're going to be deceived. Now, Alex Jones, everyone says he was right. He was right. But he was always paid opposition. Like I used to listen to Alex Jones because, yes, when you're on your journey of breaking the matrix or the rabbit hole, there are agents that are able to reveal to you. That is their job, is to reveal. Because at the end of the day, this is all about revealing. The book of Revelation, the reveal, means to reveal. It is to reveal. They want to reveal themselves to you. They want you to worship them. They want you to rebel against the system. And that is what V for Vendetta is all about. They wear masks. These people wear masks, okay? And what are they going to do when they rip those masks off? Well, let's look in the VTV shows. They're going to show you who they really are. Oh, don't play nothing. YouTube's always scary. Okay, look, they rip off their mask in the movie, in this TV show V, and they find out they're lizards.
Reptilians.
They're reptilians, okay? And why is that? Oh, that isn't because, they're from the Anunnaki or whatever. They are fallen angels, and they have taken on the cold-blooded snake as their beasts.
Well,
okay, that is why Satan represents himself as the beast, and it is cursed to the ground.
Yeah, bang on. So listen, guys, I'm here to tell you this. These people are not from another world. They're not from another planet. They're serpent seed.
Yes.
Right? This is so crucial. They're implying that these people are coming from a different dimension or they're coming from a different planet. No, it's the serpent seed. That's what it is. They're not from a different planet. Do you know what I mean? They've pushed that. That's why in school, they push the whole planets, don't they, and the solar system and all of that.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Oh yeah, look at the very first episode of. Did you ever watch the show as a kid? I'm sure all of us did. Magic School Bus.
Yes.
Okay, we all watched the Magic School Bus, and she's a witch. Okay, and look, they got the rainbow, they got the orange. Oh, the orange-haired lady. As we talk about orange and the Knicks, the first episode, and the first thing they do is they inject you with space. They teach you about space. How many of you are going to space? Ask yourself right now, when are you going to the moon or Mars?
Did you ever watch Futurama?
Oh, yeah, Futurama with the bender. What are they doing? They're bending reality. What do the rockets do when they get to the firmament? They bend, and they hit the arc. All right, rockets ain't going to space, folks. God said that there is a firmament. All right, and what that means, who knows? But man is trying to break it. Okay, see, that's the opening of the door. See, that's what they're going to use with the aliens, that the aliens will come through portals. All right, how many times have we seen that in movies? Like the movie The Avengers, which is all about what? Aliens.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's because that's what superheroes are. Oops.
Well, and I just want to mention this just quickly with the chat.
You mentioned whatever. I'm just gonna be showing images and show you guys that they're trying to open a portal, the Stargate.
It's funny how Jesus basically opens the seven seals, and they want to open these portals. Is that another way of trying to be God, do you think?
It is. It's 1,000%. They're going to try and say so. Okay, I'm not here to preach about the rapture. I know everybody's got their feelings about it, pre-trib, post-trib. All I know is that if you're in the hand of God, you will not. He will take care of you. Now, whether that means we'll be here and protected like the Israelites were, or we are truly beamed up. See, in my opinion, there's really no other reason that to push this alien agenda for so long, because it's been so long, guys. It's beyond even TV. Look at ancient Egypt. Okay, see, the old gods are going to become the new gods. Look at ancient Egypt. Okay. I got photos. See if I can find it. This is nothing new under the sun, because what did the Egyptians build their entire civilization off of?
Who built the pyramids? The angels.
That's right, the angels, the giants, okay? They know for a fact that those pyramids in Egypt, how they're still standing to this day, is absolutely amazing. The fact that all that war in the Middle East, no one's dropped a bomb on them. Nobody, you got grave robbers and people that have, raided the tombs. And that shows you all these pharaohs and these people that thought they were like gods. See, that's the whole point of the alien agenda and the merger, is that, no, we're not here. We come in peace. We come in peace. We're here to teach you our technology. We're here to show you that you can ascend to the next evolution.
Bro, can I just mention this as well? Because this is the more you understand the fallen angels, you start to understand your reality a little bit more, okay? So he's talking about Egypt, which is super interesting. Please smash the like button and support the stream, guys. I'd be really grateful. So we're told it was ancient builders, right, who were somehow able to achieve this incredible astronomical alignment of the pyramids, because they used the sun, right?
Yes.
They used the sun. So in Egypt, you've got the Great Pyramid of Giza, and it's orientated to the cardinal directions. So your cardinal directions are north, south, east, and west. All right. And it's pretty much this perfect degree of accuracy with the way that they're directed. So when you look at that, that's why in like Mesoamerica, pyramids were engineered to capture literal, like exact solar events on specific days of the year.
Yes.
This was not, again, people say, oh, that's all New Age and stuff like that. These pyramids were built by the fallen. Like, we're in 2026. We have the greatest access to construction, to builders, to technology that the world has ever seen. People say, oh, no, we don't. I believe we do. It's just, in those days, it was these fallen angels building this. They built the Vatican.
Yes, they built this world, you guys. That's why they call them the builders. They call Rockefeller and all these people that are super high up, which don't think that this is a human bloodline. The Rothschilds, Rockefeller. See, everybody says, "Oh, it's the Vatican. Oh, it's the Jesuits. Oh, it's the Rockefellers. It's the Rothschilds." No, they are just a bloodline that has been ancient, and they've been preserving their bloodline, because guess what? The flood did not destroy them all. God had to flood the earth because the man and seed of the angel seed and the man seed was merging together. Why would Satan go and attack the woman and try to impregnate her? Because he was trying to stop the birth of Jesus right off the bat.
Yeah, and then why did he want to get rid of the firstborn sons?
Exactly. If you can stop the bloodline, then you stop the cure. We're all cursed. We're all sick, folks. I just got done being sick for 3 weeks with my family. You got children. Of course, you're going to get sick. We all get sick. We get tired. We get run down. We grow old. This is the point that we're trying to make, is that the old gods are going to try and come here and tell you, look, we've got technology that can keep you alive forever. We've got medicine. We've got all this stuff.
It's what they're doing with the chip now. They're giving it to people with disabilities who can't move.
That is what Neuralink is all about.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's going to be revealed as an angel of light. That it's going to be optional. It's going to assist those who are struggling. And again, the average person doesn't want to be sick. The average person wants to have a fully functioning body. But the reality is, because of the fallen world, we can't have it. As I keep mentioning, in heaven, the corruptible becomes incorruptible, and we're given new bodies. But what Satan's going to do, again, it's Satan trying to be God. Can I get a woo in the chat? It's Satan trying to be God. So God is going to give us a body that is eternal, that is incorruptible. Yes. And Satan, now on this fallen earth, is going to promise you that here. We're going to make you live forever. That's why they're transferring your consciousness to the cloud. Jesus is going to come in the clouds. All knees will bow, and we're going to live forever, or we're going to extend our lives. Here's the reality, brothers and sisters. God made it very clear. We ain't seeing over 120 years. He made that very clear in the Bible. So whatever chip that he puts in your brain, Satan, okay, whatever cures that he claims that he's going to bring, they can't even find a cure for cancer in how many decades? Billions of dollars of donations.
Exactly.
More people dying of cancer than ever, even though more money is being donated now than ever. So when you study the scriptures, guys, the maximum you're going to get here is 120 years. The maximum you're going to get following Christ is eternity. Pick wisely.
That's right. And that's why there is no peace without Christ, because you are going to die. I know that people don't like hearing that. They really get on me. They're like, why you talk about death so much? Well, because that's the reality. That's the one truth. So when people are like, I'm looking for truth, I want my truth. Well, guess what? Your truth can be your truth, but at the end of the day, might not be absolute truth. Even faith in Jesus, okay? You may not believe that he is the Son of God. That is something that God asked us to choose and believe in, okay? I didn't see Jesus resurrect from the tomb. Did you, Adam?
No, that's why it tells us in the Bible, doesn't it? It literally says, it mentions how blessed are those who haven't seen. Do you know what I mean?
And I want you to see here that you think that you're seeing something that is oh, peace. Oh, I love. How many people have gotten this symbol tattooed on their body?
I've seen many people.
Loads. And you think because it means a good thing. Well, I hate to tell you and hate to be the bearer of bad news. A peace symbol is a broken cross. That's why I drew a little something for you so that your mind can now see. See, this is how Satan works with symbolism and through the mind, okay? The subconscious.
When you think about symbolism, for me, I go back to Egypt, bro.
Yeah, it all goes back to Egypt, but it actually goes further and back to Babylon. To me, it all goes back to Babylon, which then immediately goes back to the garden. I drew it for you. You break a cross inside of a circle, and you do a ritual always inside of a circle, right? And you usually draw a star or a pentagram to summon demons. All right, that's like the magic seal. That Star of David, guess what? How many times did you read about the Star of David in the Bible, brother?
I didn't.
Never, because it actually talks about the star that his people took up as Remphan. Okay, the Star of Remphan. Now, David's son, who actually got to build the temple. See, this all comes back to it. What is it? What is this whole thing happening? This war in the Middle East. Everyone thinks, oh, it's about oil. Oh, it's all about Trump and Trump's Netanyahu's bitch. It's not about being Trump and Netanyahu and the political. Oh, the Jews run everything. No, it's the synagogue of Satan. You guys, they run everything. And they are trying to break your faith. They are trying to break your spirit. They are trying to break your peace deal. Okay, the true peace deal is by accepting Jesus and simply having faith and confessing that you are a sinner, you are going to die, you're not perfect, and that you need a perfect payment, okay? Just like if I was to commit a crime right here on stream right now, the police would come and knock on my door and say, hey, you've done this, we're going to take you to jail, and now we're going to set a bond, a fine, and you need to pay this fine in order to be free. Well, we have all decided to sin, which is a wage. What is the wage of sin, brother? Death. Okay, so the flesh is dead. That's why people are like, well, why did God have to come kill himself? Because he knew the price that needed to be paid. God himself knew this is a price that only I can pay. So he lived a perfect life. He became the perfect sacrifice, the perfect payment, so that we could have peace and joy and hope, okay? Because right now, if I didn't have God, and I don't know if anybody's listening, I'm not sure how you're living without God. I don't know how you're doing day-to-day things without a little bit of faith and hope.
You're surviving, aren't you?
It's you're surviving, and guess what? It's all for nothing, because at the end of the day, I have a good friend that I played football with. His mom, she was the pinnacle of health, you guys. When I tell you that she was made her own smoothie. She didn't buy stuff from the store like all these health freaks. She worked out every single day. She was like our trainer for our high school team that would like help train us. She was the pinnacle of health, folks. Okay? She gets pancreatic cancer years later and dies. Why? And I know people that are smoking, drinking, all these fat people that are just, severely obese, and they get to live till like 70.
Well, things like that lead people away from God, unfortunately.
It does. Well, unfortunately, it does, but it should actually lead you to God, because the reality is it doesn't matter how healthy you are or what you think you got going on. The truth is that death is the ultimate truth. Life is the truth, because if you're gonna die, then you need it to live.
Yeah.
But death is the one truth that no man no person can ever deny. So death and destruction will come, but guess what? There's hope, folks, and that's ultimately what we want this all to lead to too. Oh, it's not about, oh, the aliens are coming, they're coming to deceive you, and you're gonna have to take the mark. You know, of course, you're gonna be tested with these things. We're gonna all be tested in various ways. But you should see the light at the end of the tunnel that this crap is almost over. And can I get a woo? Because I'm over it. I am over this matrix. I am over having to fight for money, pennies and dollars while they live the high life. They go on their yachts, all these stars and their idols. They do anything they want. And you say, oh man, I want to be that so bad. Do you? Are these people really happy? Because look how many rich people we've seen take their own lives. I have people in my life, unfortunately, that were rich as heck and they took their life. Why?
So
yeah, is what it's all about. Why are they still depressed?
It's making a great, like, remember I told you today, like, I was like, it's $500 a lot for blinds. I'm like, geez, I don't, like, these people, like, $500 to them is like 50 cents. And I'm like, oh, can I afford these blinds? And it's like, I don't need to buy blinds in heaven, man. I don't need to buy blinds in heaven.
You don't need to buy new clothes. You don't need to buy Gucci. You don't need to buy a boat.
No, I'm ready for that. That's the beauty of it, guys. Like, a lot of people don't want to leave that behind.
They don't.
The idea of giving up their home, Gucci, nice blinds, they can't imagine giving that up. I am like, I can. I don't want to have to buy this. I don't want to have to do that. I don't have to earn this. Like I'm at that point now, but right now we have to do it, don't I? But I do want to read the verse that
I got a verse too after you, brother. Yep, we're on the same page, baby.
Again, it was Thomas, right? There's doubt. That humans have doubt is normal. So after Jesus' resurrection, Thomas doubted the other disciples. He might not necessarily have doubted Jesus, but he doubted.
He doubted his deity.
Because that's what we do. I think human nature, we doubt. And I think we have a right to deny doubt humans because we're fallen, we're broken, we lie, we're deceptive, we're fools in many ways. So he basically doubted the other disciples' claims until he could physically see and touch Jesus' wounds, right?
Right.
And when Jesus appeared and he allowed him to do so, all glory to God, he gently corrected Thomas. And that's how he would. He was gentle, unless he was turning tables, but in general, he would be gentle when he was giving out wisdom. He said, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. And I think sometimes for us, guys, God bless you, Elena, we underestimate, right, what a leap of faith it is for us to give everything to Jesus.
Yep.
Right? I think we underestimate. I'm not saying pat yourself on the back, guys, because I always tell you we're fallen, broken sinners who fall short of the glory of God. But Thomas walked with Jesus. He saw his miracles. He saw the way he was. He got to see that, and he still had that moment of, okay, you're saying Jesus did this, but I'm going to have to see it for myself. So it was partly having the doubt of the disciples, but also of Jesus, isn't it? A little bit, not as much. So for us, like, we walk this earth, we have to go about and pay our bills and just tick boxes every now and again. But we have completely given our life to a person that we've never seen, we've never walked with, we've never seen him perform a miracle like in the flesh. You could see, obviously, bringing a child into the world is a miracle of God, but I'm talking about Jesus Christ, the guy who walked the earth for 33 years. We didn't sit and have the Last Supper with him. We didn't get to ask him questions. Yet our faith, the way the Watchman and I and Dave or other people talk about Christ, is like we've known him our whole lives, like we live with him. Do you know what I mean? That's how much faith we have. And we're like, no, this guy is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and Omega, my Lord and Savior is my everything. Never met the guy.
It's because, like you said, brother, earlier, there's a heart change, and he does reveal himself through the Spirit, and that's where a lot of people are living, is in the flesh and not the Spirit. It's a game of flesh and spirit, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and wickedness in high places. Where would those high places be? The stars, the heavens, the different dimensions of reality. Did you know that right now you're in a different dimension of time than somebody that's flying in an airplane? Because they can see land and they can see different aspects aspects of this earth when they're above, okay? Like a bird. A bird is a perfect example that we are literally living in multi-layered dimensions of time, because if I'm walking on the ground and I know the store down the street from me is only 5 minutes away, but I got to walk there, or drive, whatever. I have this concept of how far it is in my head. Well, if I was able to fly there, it would take you 1 second.
That is a good point.
Because so see, when people are like, oh, these are multidimensional beings, or that's more so where I align with, if you're talking about aliens, it isn't because they come from outer space and multiple galaxies away. It's that they are living here, but they're living under almost like a fog or an illusion of what we see and what we perceive with our eyes. And our eyes are very deceptive, folks. Our eyes are very good. They're gifts from God, but they are very deceptive. But the brain is not deceptive, okay? It is processing and dumping information at all times. See, it is encoded in our DNA to think and process and to understand things. And so see, this is what these people are trying to do now, is they're trying to get you to doubt everything with the alien agenda. Okay, that's what these NBA finals and all of this is leading up to, is for you to doubt who you are.
Well, the biggest thing I hear from people who contact me who I don't know, they tell me, Adam, or the illusion, I just don't know what's real anymore. And that is the work of the devil, because God gives you clarity, conviction, right? So you got a lot of people, same with the alien invasion, I don't know what's real. With AI, I don't know what's real. So this is the devil working overtime. I just want to mention this very quickly, is we know God is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, right? We know that. We know his spirit is everywhere. However, heaven is not. The Bible makes it very clear that heaven is above. Can I get a woo?
Woo.
It says, I think in Revelation 21:2, I think, I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. So we know heaven is above us. And then you're going to have, basically, heaven and earth is going to become one, isn't it?
It's going to merge. See, everything's going to merge together. See, that's why Satan's trying to merge us with his false utopia. The utopia is coming to earth. So when people are like, I wonder where heaven's going to be, read your Bible. It's earth.
You literally just took the words out of my mouth with the merge. That's what's going to happen. So humanity, this fallen world that we live in, will no longer be fallen when the heaven comes down. This heaven and earth here will pass away, because there'll be the new heaven and the new earth, but obviously his word is eternal. So it's important to know that. That's what I was trying to say, is with the occult, it's why as above, so below is such an important theme for them, because that's what's going to happen. Basically, they imply like heaven is already here on earth. I think that's their mindset. And you hear that from a lot of New Agers, don't you? They say heaven is here now.
Yeah, they say God is within. See, that's the New Age Jesus. They're going to say that Jesus... See, this is what you need to understand, what they're going to do with Jesus and Project Bluebeam. They ain't going to try to discredit Jesus. They ain't going to tell you, oh, yeah, Jesus is not even real. They ain't going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to say, he was one of us.
Yes.
He was one of us. He was an ascended master. You see, this great guy named Keith Green, God rest his soul. He's a great, if you're looking for somebody that sings about God and truly had a heart for God like we do here, all right? His name is Keith Green. He died in a plane crash, but he was all into New Age. He was all into that metaphysics, and philosophy, and he was searching, and he was doing tons of drugs, lots of acid, LSD, doing all these things to try and find this next level of consciousness, the purpose of life, and he started studying all the different religions. And see, that's what I implore people to do when they're like, oh, you can't trust Christianity. Well, if you study all the different religions, there is no way that you can come to the conclusion that Christianity is anything like these religions, because guess what? All these other religions, even Muhammad, they say, oh yeah, blessed be to Jesus. He was a great prophet. They don't believe he's the son of God, but see, they acknowledge Jesus. Buddha, oh yeah, blessed be, peace and tranquility, and become nothing to become one with everything. Jesus is a cool dude. See, he understood that. They're all cool with Jesus, right? All these different religions, they're cool with Jesus, not being the son of God. But they're cool with him as being the character, this ascended master. But you know who Jesus wasn't cool with? None of them.
Good point.
He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me.
And what's the first commandment?
Worship God above all else.
Yes.
And then they asked Jesus, what's the next commandment? Love your neighbor. And how do you love your neighbor in this day and age? Not by walking them across the street, not by doing their laundry for them or going and doing this. Even us here preaching the gospel to you, or, you know, this is actually, but you know what I mean? Like giving you insights on games and codes and the reality of who this is and what this, and me showing you pictures. This isn't going to save you, folks. It's preaching the gospel. That is true love. It's telling somebody, hey, I have a way for you to escape death and live forever. Like, that's like if me and Adam had access to the fountain of youth. Okay, that was actually a folklore, which actually comes back to the Bible, because John says in Revelation 22 that we will drink from the river of life. Okay, the tree of life. All right, we've been cut off from the tree of life, but we have a way to get back to it. And man was searching for this fountain. Okay, because if you could tell somebody right now, hey, I've got water that can make you live forever, who would be lining up with everything they own to get a drink?
Yeah, that's a good.
You'd be a fool not to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd be a fool to not sell everything. If somebody offered you eternal life to live forever, which we can't even comprehend with our brains. See, that's what I mean. Our ways are so limited because death is the reality, okay? Like all these gods, look at, this is not like Photoshop. This is real stuff that you can go to Egypt right now in 2026 and see. Why are these people pretending to build gold statue heads with snakes on top of their head? They really thought that they were like gods.
Yes.
And guess what? They died. They said, I need all this stuff to be buried with me. I need to be born in or buried in this gold casket, all this gold and all these riches, because in the afterlife, I need them to be able to cross the different things and get through the different tests. Guess what? None of that stuff went with them. Jesus said in Matthew 6, store up not your treasure on earth where moth, rust, and thieves can steal and destroy, but store up your treasure in heaven. And what is your treasure in heaven? You think we're going to all be sitting on gold in heaven, brother?
We're going to be walking on gold. And
we're going to be exactly. Gold means so little to God that the streets are paved with it, because that's what it means to God, is it's under him. Folks, we need to just accept that we're all kind of stupid and that we love rocks.
And Bill, and let me just tell you, I was driving back to get to this live stream. I was driving on a dirt road with rocks everywhere, and my whole bottom of my car was getting damaged. I'm like, man, that's definitely not paved with gold. You know what I mean?
No, and it'll be amazing. But your treasure is where your heart will be, Jesus said. And right now, think in your mind of your best friend, your mother, your father, the person that means the most to you. Think right now in your mind. Okay, I want you to project an image in your mind of the most important person in your life and how much they mean to you and what they've done for your life. Okay, if I could promise you, okay, if you had the choice to go to an island forever and have every single thing that we can even think of, all the technology, all the rides, you can have all the things of man, but be alone forever on this island, or you be with that one person and have nothing, which would you truly choose? Now, some might say, I like being alone. I would rather be alone and do that. Yeah, you say that now because even when we're isolated, we're not really isolated creatures. That's not how humanity works. That is not the reality of life. We are not isolated creatures. We cannot do things alone.
God knew that Adam needed Eve.
Exactly. Adam is that man on the island. He was given everything. He got to name all the animals. He got to do everything. He was walking around. He was the only man, and he's just like, man, I'm depressed.
Well, yeah, like you said, that you gave a really good. Please smash the like, support the stream, guys. The great analogy you gave. What use is a mansion when you live in it by yourself?
Exactly. And so these people, which might not be human, why are they chasing the things of this world and doing what they do and worshiping the devil, giving themselves to the beast? Because they come from the beast, or they have lost touch with reality, okay? They are under the illusion. Illusion equals 666. That doesn't mean, my brother, the illusion is what we're here to break. We're here, when you say break the matrix, you have to break the illusion that you are not going to be here forever. Why?
Yeah,
because we have said,
break the matrix, it doesn't make you the matrix.
No, exactly.
Me the illusion.
And the matrix is in the Bible. So when people are like, oh, I wonder where they got that terminology from, the Bible. Matrix is said 5 times in the Bible. It means womb, okay? And when you see Neo in the part where the machines, and what were the machines doing with men in the Matrix? They merged with them. AI.
Merging, guys.
The merging, you see, it's all about the merging. Now, I think, okay, you guys have seen the photos. I got over 2,000 photos here. I'm sure you've seen it. Look, Aleister Crowley, he's in contact. This is the drawing he drew. We've talked about it. My brothers talked about it. The spirit lamb, he channeled this spirit, okay, lamb. And this is what we see as gray aliens, supposedly a North Carolina abduction sketch and Aleister Crowley sketch. Do you see the similarities here?
The initials of Lionel Andreas Messi.
And look at Aleister Crowley, who called himself the Beast 666. And people that, like I said, this isn't conspiracy. This was a real person. He's got books. He's got writings. He's got letters. Like, this isn't conspiracy. He was a part of the Freemason. See, when I tell people to get in conspiracy, I lead them directly to Freemasonry because you can't deny that Freemasonry is everywhere.
That came from the angels, though.
Exactly, because they made aprons when Adam and Eve got the knowledge. They made aprons to what? Cover their shame. And the first thing that a Mason gets when he gets initiated as apprentice, who had the famous show Apprentice?
Trump.
Donald Trump. Okay, you get a sheepskin badge of honor apron. Okay.
Yeah.
And so Aleister Crowley said, today they call them angels and demons. Tomorrow they will call them something else. Did he know? Do these people know? Do what thou will, the satanic mandate. Here's Jay-Z, Mr. King of New York. Do what thou will.
You know why they know? Because they are them.
That's right. Or they have given themselves, which that is God's will too, for people to give themselves to the beast because they are so full of themselves. They can't humble themselves and come to God and say, you know what? I've sinned, God. I've done evil. I am evil. I'm not a good person at all. I don't deserve your glory. I don't deserve your mercy. But through what you have done, through what you have chosen to do, your perfect work, I can come and submit. See, that's what's hard for humans right now. We're taught, oh, be independent, be free. Don't submit to the man. Don't bend the knee. Well, guess what? You will bend your knee to somebody at the end days, and it will be Jesus Christ, and you will confess that he is Lord. But you better do that willingly because you will do that when all judgment happens. But you will be separated. And see, again, the separation of the wheat and the tare. So right now, we're seeing on the earth merging, but we're also seeing from the biblical lens through the Holy Spirit, a separation. That's why all of us feel it. Something is off right now, folks. Something is off. I mean, the NBA Finals is all centered around aliens. Come on. Mm-hmm. It's time to wake up. It's time to get real about what is happening, all right? The Thompson twins, see? All movies, television, all your favorite thing, they're falling from Earth. There's the spaceships right here.
And again, that's why, look, Thompson twins, they fell from Earth. The Twin Towers fell.
The Twin Towers, the twin brothers. What is Trump?
James.
A Gemini, which is all about twins. Okay, the two become one. I think this is a perfect time to get into my little whiteboard thing. And look these are like patches that like belong to governments and stuff to serve, man. Justice, Simulus, Polis 509. Like, who the hell is making these things?
What?
That's what I'm saying. These are real patches for like the United States and for different branches of intelligence and stuff. And when I'm telling you that Trump is an alien, that he's always been the one that's been chosen to bring the aliens, he made himself the destroyer, the alien that comes to planet Earth in the movie Marvels, and he snaps, and all of a sudden, all of reality changes, and half of the galaxy disappears or is destroyed.
Well, you know they always say like text Trump or text whoever. But it's just hit me now that wait, go back to the word text. Go back to the word text.
Hold on, sorry.
And guys, enjoy this from Watchman and all these images he's put together. It's taken him a decade. So text, you can get the word X like extraterrestrial, and you can get ET.
Oh wow, yes.
They always say text Trump, text Biden. It's the text. It's got the extraterrestrial and it's got the ET, bro.
Oh my gosh, it does. And I want this number.
The X with like Musk and the Osiris.
And why did Trump choose 80? These guys can choose any number to have text. Why did he choose 80, 88, 22, and also make himself Thanos? Okay, we got 88 miles per hour. Trump, the last name equals 88. 8 represents the letter H. It's heaven versus hell. Okay, so you got heaven versus hell, 88, and 22. Okay, the two become one. All right, 22 chapters of Revelation. We're about to have the revealing, the aliens or the New World Order, but then the coming utopia of Jesus Christ. So see, it's all converging and it's all being revealed, whether you're on the light or the dark. Okay, now I got a vision from, again, I was a big supporter of Donald Trump, like one of the biggest. I said MAGA, I said Trump, I said fake news, I did it all. I said he's just trying to expose all these wicked people because I was still young in my understanding. And again, he just came onto the scene like, oh yeah, I'm going to be president. And I'm just like, okay, well, if I choose between him or Hillary, which I didn't even vote for either of them in 2016, I voted for a guy named Gary Johnson because I was all about being independent and trying to like fight the system, fight the left and right paradox. Like Adam said, the Bible says, do not choose left or right. All right. It's the same bird. All right. Why did he choose 8822? Well, I believe because it's his last name, Trump, 88, but he knows he is the one that is going to help bring in the revelation, whether you believe he's the Antichrist or not. He embraces the Antichrist spirit. So us saying that he's Antichrist, okay, maybe he's not the man of perdition. We will know that, or it will be revealed once God rips open those seals, and whether the rapture happens or whatever, we will know when he is revealed. But it's almost like God did want us to understand who the man of perdition is because he gave us the Bible and he also gave us the number, okay? Lots of things equal 666. But it said this man will embrace everything that is anti-Christ. And Trump being called the Prince of Peace, if you're a Christian and you don't understand what that means, that is as anti-Christ as it can get, taking the title of Jesus Christ, which is when he rules forever.
And the number for the one last thing, you notice 88 plus 22 is 100.
Yes.
Right, so that's massive as well, because again, the numbers have helped me understand the Bible. That's why I think it's given me a massive advantage when I speak to people about it. Because 100, any number I can go back to the Bible. It's so beautiful. It's helped me. So, for example, right, think about that divine promise, that miraculous fulfillment. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born. Yeah. Right, things like that. God, the parable of the lost sheep, but he had 100 sheep, didn't he? He lost one of them. He left behind the 99 for the one. So Noah's son, Shem, had his firstborn at the age of 100. So you look at this, I think the Bible talks about the parable of the sowers, and it talks about like the 100-fold.
Matthew 13. Like
so 100 can represent like maximum return or the spiritual harvest or the fulfillment of God's promises. So Trump wants to be God. So of course he wants that 100. It's like 10 times 10 as well.
And look at, how could I have been this smart? Like you said, the numbers thing, I started getting heavy. I never use the Strong's Concordance. That's why I always push it, because I believe everything that God has touched when it comes to his word, including our understanding of words that are translated into words. See, people are like, oh, why do you use the name of Jesus? There was no J back in the day. And in Hebrew, there's no J. Yeah, no shit. We know that. It's a translation. But guess who made all the languages on the earth? God. And you don't think that he knows that the universal language at the end times would be English? I mean, you go to China, which is a communist country still here. Like, why are we as Americans or anywhere in the world okay with China and the way they treat their people and the way they run their society? Everyone says, oh yeah, every country can do what they want. If we're going to go to war, why are we at war with all this other stuff? We should be trying to fight communism, shouldn't we? Which is literally an oppressive type of government. But yet, no, we're doing business deals. We're making deals. We're saying, oh, yeah, China. Like, I feel really bad for Chinese people, especially if you're Christian there. You cannot be openly Christian. Now, you might be able to have faith, but they're murdering Christians like crazy. We here in America got really lucky, but I also think America was destined and created. See, that's the thing about America, as we're about to have our anniversary. It was built on deception, folks. George Washington was a Freemason.
Listen. First of all, if any country is going to take over the world, it's China.
It will be China, exactly. They've got so much power, you guys. We need to be seriously concerned and worried about China. And the fact that Trump is buddying up with them, that's not good as an American freedom president, right? Like if I'm the president, I'm like telling the Chinese president, hey, when are you going to stop oppressing, people? Now, I believe in the sense of, yeah, freedom of choice, separation of politics, like, we shouldn't force God on anybody. See how many people have turned away from God because their parents forced them to believe in God. God is not a God of force. Jesus says he knocks at the door. Does he say, I'm going to barge it down?
No,
he says he knocks and you need to answer, okay? God is not about force. Now, God is the force of all things. But look at, folks, if God is not with me and with Adam and revealing things through his revelation, through visions and through all these things, why did he show me that the Strong's number 2288 is the word death?
That is such a remarkable connection.
And look at the word. It's Thanatos.
Bro, as you just said that, we got our 47th like. for the 47th president.
Like, this can't be a coincidence, you guys, that the Strong's Hebrew, like, yeah, some say, oh, that's random. There's nothing random, as I said in the beginning, with God, okay? The word death is the Greek word thanatos, so now we know where Thanos comes from. It comes from the Greek word thanatos, and in the Marvel comics, okay, what was Thanos' main mission? Why did he create the Infinity War, which is the 8? See, the serpent, the Ouroboros, in the Marvel Infinity War, Thanos, what does he does?
He wants depopulation.
He does. No, okay, so they made him more so in the live movies, the ones that we all know, like the modern movies, they made him more into like a philosophical type of villain, you know what I mean, for like the depth of like human. But in the Marvel comics, okay, when you read the actual story, in the original Marvel comics, Thanos is madly in love with the literal and personified comic embodiment of death.
Wow.
Okay, so in the Marvel movies, the only reason that Thanos goes and gets the gauntlet and all the stones is because he loves death so much. He's obsessed with her. He wants to marry her. He wants to be a couple with her. And she doesn't like him. She doesn't think that he's as powerful as he thinks he is. Because there's other characters, like in the Marvel comic or universe, Thanos is like one of the strongest characters. And that's because of the Infinity Gauntlet makes him the strongest character, because he now controls reality, time. He can manipulate things, all right? But without those stones, okay, without those stones, he's just a Titan. They call him the Titan. So she wasn't really into him, but he said, I'm going to conquer the world and I'm going to take out half of the universe. Now, if you're death, wouldn't that be great to have half of the universe disappear or die instantly at the snap of a finger?
Yes, and also, like, if you look at the occult, like, they have like the Brotherhood of Death. They have a deep fascination with death. And going back to, guys, just very quickly now, it's so obvious, and I've mentioned this multiple times, but it's even clearer to me now. The fallen angels founded the Illuminati in USA in the same year.
Yes.
Just say that again, you can't push off how the Illuminati and USA were both founded the same year. And it was literally the fallen angels coming up with the concept of the Illuminati, and then we're going to create this country, make it all powerful, and then the world's going to follow that country, which we're going to lead, and then they're going to destroy that country. That's what they're going to do. That's the order out of chaos. So it wasn't just a group of like German professors who came up with the Illuminati, and then at the same time USA was founded like 2 months afterwards. It's these entities.
I actually really feel this is why I actually pray for Trump. I pray for all these people. As much as we sit here and expose Trump and all these celebrities and these wicked, evil sports, people, even if they are devils, whatever they are, and they're masquerading as humans, we still should pray for our enemies, because if they do have a chance at salvation, we want that to happen, because you guys, you don't understand what eternity means. What we're living right now, just take a string or something and imagine a small piece of that string and cut that off, and that's your life. And then the rest of that string just goes on and on and on and on. Can you really imagine suffering for that long?
And also, brother, as I always say, like with the evil, with the enemies, I believed in that before I believed in God. So strangely, these entities helped me to believe that there was a God. So strangely, although I expose them daily, they help me on my journey with Christ.
Well, that's why God he's opening up things. So part of what I do, okay, I've gotten visions from God. I don't necessarily go into like my personal visions, but what I try to do is I expose these visions through like the reality of the Bible and through different things. So like I said, I've been sitting here showing you images. That's just what I've been doing my whole life. When I see something that was actually true, like anything on Freemason, anything on the Illuminati, anytime these people see all these people doing these symbols, like, why is it so cool to cover one eye in the world of Hollywood and art? Okay. Speaking of Will Smith, the Men in Black, Will Smith, and Will Smith, here he is, your Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the king. Okay, a prince becomes a king usually, and he's from Philadelphia Eagles. We got Jalen, we got even this AJ Brown trade that just happened. That is so significant to everything that's happening to the Patriots, who has the quarterback Drake, and Drake means dragon.
Yes.
Okay. And A.J. Brown wears number 11. What number does Brunson wear? Number 11. And 11 represents 2 towers. And what did the 2 towers do? They fell. And why did they make them fall? Because it was all a ritual about merging and becoming one. And now we have the what? The uni tower.
Wow.
Okay? It was a ritual of merging. Okay? Look at the green. Dude, I was trying to tell you about this the other day. iPet Go 2. Remember how you were talking about the slime and Nickelodeon and the green Slimer?
Yes.
Look at in a part in the Heliofan, and look, the ring. You see the ring. We've done a stream on the ring.
Well, that middle image is showing one eye.
Yes, it's one eye. Yes, and that's George Bush. Okay, but look at one part. This guy is holding a scythe in his hand, and what do you do with a scythe? You usually harvest wheat. Okay, and that's what I'm telling you. In the Bible, God is talking about separation of the wheat and the tare, and He tells you the tare are the devil's children.
Oh my word, bro!
We have to pull it up because I'm sure there's some people be like, "What? There's devils? There's children of the devil on the earth." Where does it say that? Where does it say that?
Hey, you talked about the harvest, which is coming. Yeah, the harvest, the wheat, and the tares. In Squid Games, they harvest organs.
Yes, it's all about harvesting, okay? Because what does it do when the fruit? Okay, Jesus said that no man would know the day or the hour, okay? Jesus said that no one would know the day or the hour, but He gave us signs, okay? Not signs in the heavens. See, because when the Jews or the Pharisees and the Sadducees were going to Jesus, they said, "Give us a sign, Jesus, give us a sign." He goes, "Oh, you wicked generation, always wanting a sign in the heavens." So all these people that work off of zodiac stuff, hey, sorry, like God doesn't, I've never read once in the Bible where God says to look up at the zodiac signs, okay, and figure out signs. He tells them, He says, "You wicked people are always looking in the heavens like your God. But I'm not going to give you any signs. I'm only going to give you one sign, the sign of Jonah." Okay? And what happened with Jonah? He got swallowed by a whale because he was commissioned by God to preach that judgment was coming. And Jonah's like, "I don't want to preach to these people, these wicked, evil people." Like, see, that's some of the rebellion that's happening in the church right now, where people are supporting Donald Trump, and they're like, "Oh, see, he's going after the pedophiles and all that." Well, we're not really seeing that right now, but that's the whole QAnon stuff. Just trust the plan. Don't worry, judgment is coming. Don't worry, retribution is coming. No, it's not coming. It's going to be totally opposite of what they say. They're coming after the people that want to preach the truth. That's why you see Adam get cut off constantly. How can a man just be preaching about the stuff that we're doing? It's not like he's saying anything crazy or controversial in the sense of like, you know, like that could make a stream be like, "Oh, you're doing something illegal." You just cut him off because he's talking about children of the devil? Look at. So in 1 John 3:10-18, listen here. These are the words of Jesus. So again, you want to judge what me and Adam are teaching or saying? Well, then you better judge Jesus for His words, because He's the one that is teaching us what is going on if you're listening. The children of God are manifest and the children of the devil. So see, he instantly says, how can you be a child of somebody unless you're born from them? Am I a child of your mother and father, Adam? No. Now, we're all humans and we're all connected through our DNA and through the code, but you can't be a child of somebody unless you're born from them or their seed. Okay, so here we go right away. 10, and 10's a huge number, right? We both know 10. In verse 10, God is telling you that the children of God are manifest and the children of the devil. There are 2 manifestations, 1 and 2. They are living together. The children of God, the children of Abraham, the children of Adam.
And they lived together, didn't they?
And the children of the devil. Whoever do not righteousness is not of God, and neither that he that loveth not his brother. Do you think Cain loved his brother by slewing him?
No, and then lying to God.
Yeah, and then lying to God. And also trying to give God the fruits from the ground. And when we read in Genesis, when the snake was cursed, he was cursed to the ground. Where do we get buried? We get buried in the ground. Okay. Yep. So, and God said that the fruit of the earth would be cursed with thorns and thistle, and that childbirth. All right. So you women, unfortunately, you are now cursed in childbirth, not because it's a curse to have a child, but you have pain and suffering and even sometimes loss because we decided to mess with something that brought death and curse and venom. So look at from the beginning that we should love one another. That's why I was just saying that we have to love one another. Jesus said, love God above all else. And then the second greatest commandment, Jesus said, is to love your neighbor. The rest of the law falls upon these great 2. There's the 2 again. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one and slew his brother. Marvel not. As we're talking about Marvel and Thanos, My brethren, if the world hates you, we know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
So I'm saying we want everybody to come to the truth. That's true.
Yes, that is what the point of the stream is, and the point of the NBA code, and the point of the showing of the merger. So that's what this is all about. The merging. Look, it's old, guys. It's nothing new.
They look like Oscars.
Oh yeah, the Oscar. Yeah, no, just like that. Look at Doctor Strange. Okay, he wears the one-eyed talisman, and he is able to manipulate time, and he is able to open portals. And look, it's the sun portal, orange. All right, the orange is a representation of the sun. So that's why I seen the Knicks, and why I seen some stuff with the Spurs, and I seen even a stronger code for the Knicks because I wasn't even looking into it. I just simply said, all right, the Knicks have Donald Trump. The Knicks are blue and orange, and then you made that connection with that their coach is brown. Blue and orange makes brown. All right, blue is the color of the sky. Where are the aliens flying around or watching us from? They're watching us from the sky, and that's usually a reflection of the earth. And what is blue on the earth? Water. All right, and as I showed you with the Pacific Rim thing earlier, they ain't coming from the sky. They already fell from the sky. They're coming from the earth.
Exactly. They're coming from the sea, guys.
They're coming from the sea. And Bill Cooper, all right, again, who is the actual Alex Jones, the real Alex Jones, was murdered on his front doorstep because he was in the Navy and he seen alien spacecrafts coming up from the ocean, flying in and out of the ocean. And he was told not to tell a word of it. The ocean, look at this is, I tell my brother all the time, I'm a father, you know, and like I make my kids watch Jesus stuff, but again, I'm not trying to like just say, oh, kids, you're gonna always read the Bible. Like that's not the type of father I'm. I watch tons of movies. I still like watching movies, but I get like Adam with sports, and just once you become a Christian, you don't really look at it or get the same vibe from it anymore. Like I see these movies now, and I'm just like, whoa, what kind of symbolism are they trying to push on children right now? In this movie, Luca, all right, it's all about the sea monsters that can transform into humans when they walk on the land. Look at it.
Yeah, that's what Chris has just said. They worship Marine Kingdom, hence their love of blue.
And yes, and so when the demons were cast out, the legion were cast out into the pigs. Where did the pigs run immediately into? So see, when you start seeing the symbology in life and in movies and different things, you see pigs, you see water, you see all this stuff that's attached to everything. It goes back to the Bible, and it's trying to show you this is what they're telling you. They live in the sea. What's the most famous song by the Beatles? One of them? We all live in a yellow submarine. And where do you take a submarine? Underwater.
Above means below, doesn't it?
And yes, below. As above, so below. And look, the frogmen, okay, the QAnon, the frogs. A frog is always represented as a curse in Egypt. There was frogs everywhere. It's always the green men. They're telling you at the Super Bowl, Bad Bunny projected up on the screen above the stadium a green frog as a sun.
Amazing.
Do you see? This is what I mean. I have 20. This is just 2,000 pictures.
Trump is Thanos, all these images, bro. Guys, enjoy these images and pay attention to what he's showing you because it's deeply, deeply, deeply profound.
You have most of you probably have one of these in your wallet right now, a dollar bill. Guess what? You may not see how this is all encoded, but your brain, that's what I'm telling you. Your subliminal mind is much more powerful than you give it credit for because we've been diluted with all the crap. All right, we have lost touch with the base. That's why the TV and everything, it seems like such a blessing to have all this electronics and have all these things, these codes, these ability to gain information and knowledge, but it's actually suppressing the truth because the truth is in our mind, okay? The truth that we want to get back to God, that we want to find the source. God has always put that in us. He has written the word on our heart. That's what he says. It is you who suppresses the truth if you continue to deny God, but all you have to do is just refocus the image. Look at it from a different light. And when you shine light on the dollar bill, look at what it makes.
Looks like Wembanyama.
It's a freaking alien, you guys. Who do you think Mammon is? It's in your dollar bill. Why do you think they say why do you think God said it isn't money that is evil? It's the love of it.
Mm-hmm.
You love this beast more than you love God. That is your God. This is your God. If you wake up in the morning ready to make money and you go to sleep ready to make money, this is your God.
Yes. It's many people's God's money.
Okay? So you see, when I shine it onto you with a different light, and look, all the dollar bill, look at the bottom. It's spider webs and snake skin. Why do you think that they've redone all of the bills? Okay, they redid the $5 bill, redid the $10 bill, the $20 bill, the 50. Why have they not remade the dollar bill, Adam?
They're not gonna because of this. And remember, like the serpent, it's from the serpent, the reptiles. That's where the reptilian stuff comes from. The serpent, who is Satan.
Yes, and see, I told you the Oscars, the ring, okay, the scar. Oh my gosh, scar. We're all scarred. Or when you're scarred, or who betrayed, who betrays Jesus, or who betrayed Mufasa in The Lion King? Scar. When you have a scar, it's usually from a wound. We've all been wounded by the snake. Okay, and see, he's been telling you he is Osiris.
The scar is a mark, and it's permanent, like the mark.
Yes, the scar is a mark, exactly. Okay. They're telling you they're going to be like God, that we can be like gods. We can get in our little portals here and fly with the dragon. I mean, Elon Musk uses the spaceship called the Dragon, folks.
I know, guys. Start looking at Elon Musk not as a human, and it'll change the way you see everything.
Space Force, okay? Lucifer's named in Latin is the name the morning star. Donald Trump created Space Force, the Star Wars. He always holds his hands in this position. Look at when you invert space, it's a spear, the tip of the spear. And why would the spear be important to QAnon and Trump and all of this agenda of deception? Because Jesus was pierced by a spear. All right, remember when he did this salute? All right, he did that freaking chest salute, and everyone's like, oh, he was just saying I love you, or it wasn't. Dude, he's doing the Nazi salute.
I know.
And everyone's like, oh, yeah, the Nazis, they were just simply, Hitler was simply employed by the synagogue of Satan because he was into the esoteric mystery schools, mystery Babylon.
He was a fallen angel.
They live amongst us, and that is what we're here to tell you today, and to tell you with these alien NBA finals, it's all about merger, okay? I told you in the Super Bowl. Look at months ago, before the Super Bowl, this is a statue in ancient Egypt, guys. Look at what it looks like.
So, what the angels were sick of being told what to do, pretty much, yeah? That's why...
They essentially, they did not like following rules.
Exactly. So like D-Generation X were like, you think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? Right? So basically this is what it is. Everyone in the chat, give me a woo if you agree. This is my take on it. The fallen angels were sick of following orders. They didn't want to be in the shadow of God, right? So they obviously went to war with God and they got defeated because nobody can defeat God. So they didn't want to follow orders. They wanted people to follow them. So it makes sense that in this fallen, broken, wicked world, that these world leaders are fallen angels. The whole government and everything, which gives us all these orders, is through them. That's what they want. They didn't want to follow. They wanted people to follow them. Do you agree?
I agree.
They did not want to follow orders anymore. So now we're the ones following them.
And that's what we're trying to tell you. And that's what we're trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that this spirit that is on the earth is like a squid. That's why the Squid Games was the #1 show and still is one of the #1 shows on Netflix. And they showed you what's being birthed and coming to the earth in Men in Black. Look at alien squid equals 666. What is Will Smith holding here in the movie Men in Black? An alien squid. All right. You see, this is why the numbers have power, because they manifest everything from the numbers. Now, I can't confirm. I found this picture. Sometimes I do a lot of verification, but obviously sometimes I just pick it because I know that Trump's a stake. But I showed Adam myself. I have a video on my Instagram with him and Macron. Remember when I sent you that video of Macron shape-shifting with his teeth?
Yeah, that freaked me out. By the way, a squid obviously has 8 arms, doesn't it?
Yes, a squid has 8 arms. And look at when, so I just showed you the Men in Black alien squid. Well, look at the old newspapers and what they used to represent the Federal Reserve, which has got you all. So when you're like, I don't want to be a slave in America, you are a slave if you continue to follow the money games with the Federal Reserve, which was created by the Rockefellers. So see, that's why people are so caught up in that it's men, the affairs of men, because of these Federal Reserves. They own the money. They don't care about the money.
God has given these fallen angels and Satan the ability to control certain systems. He's allowed it to a certain degree, not completely.
Yes, he is allowing it.
However, Yeah.
Look at back in the day, the newspaper, a cartoon in 1912, 1 year before the creation of the Federal Reserve, somebody put out and called the reserve the octopus.
Wow.
You think that you think that I'm just a conspiracy theorist, guys?
Bro, what's coming to the White House, guys? The freaking octagon.
Oh my gosh, great job, buddy. Yes, oh my gosh, the octagon, the UFC, the 666, which is represented by Monster in Hebrew. The number 6 looks like a 7.
And bro, let me just make a point of this. And I've done this multiple times, and maybe some of you guys have as well. I've literally 100% evidently shown people that the Monster Energy drink symbol is 666 in Hebrew, complete fact. And it's just like, all right, and that just blows my mind. And it's not like they don't even go, no, it's a conspiracy, you can't prove it, that's just blah, blah, blah. They go, all right, what's your point?
Oh, I have it, dude. I have it.
666 and you're drinking it, and it's all, what do energy drinks all have in common? They're all about angel. Like Red Bull will give you wings.
Yes, it's all about merging with the alien.
Yeah. And
look at, I did this, guys. This isn't Photoshop. I did this. I was watching the Macron and Trump thing. Look at this freaking, look at it. I caught him shape-shifting. Look at his eyes.
I know, and I've seen Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing it. I've seen Kobe doing it.
Because cameras, the way lenses work and the way light and the refractant, it can sometimes make them glitch. That's why sometimes people go, oh, there's a glitch in the Matrix. They glitch sometimes.
And that's why people think the technology.
And oh my gosh, as I was just saying, the glitch, okay, the glitch in the Matrix. Again, I know kids' movies because I love them and I have children and I just know all the kids' movies. There's a movie called Wreck-It Ralph, okay?
Yeah, I know that.
And what is the whole movie about?
You break it down, you'll know more than me.
It's about him helping the queen who's suppressed and actually nobody knows is the queen because she becomes a glitch.
Oh my word.
She's a glitch. There she is. She's a glitch. And look, there's the Matrix. That is you. That is you and I. See, this is why people get into the esoteric and the false light of this new age stuff because they think that they can transcend, okay? They think, oh, I'm transcended. Oh, speaking of transcend, what's the movie with freaking Johnny Depp?
He's done many.
Transcendence. All about him merging with machines.
Oh,
this came out in 2014, guys.
That's why all the trans agenda is being pushed as well.
Transformers, about aliens coming, the robot aliens. What's all on Earth right now? Tesla and robots. Wow. This isn't conspiracy anymore, guys. They're selling robots so you can put them in your house. And one of the robots is named Neo.
It is not conspiracy anymore. Maybe it was in the past. It's not. But this movie that's coming out, Disclosure, in Mexico, which I've told you, disclosure means revelation. So on all the movie posters, it's called Revelation. And I found the book of Revelation in Mexico. So they're calling it Revelation. That's the name of it. When I go watch it in the movie theater, it's going to come up and say, not Disclosure, it's going to say Revelation. That book.
I really wish that we could play freaking videos, but we both know that that'll like be very risky for our channels. I don't even have nearly as many follows, but every time, like my last UFO video I use, anytime I use a clip from YouTube, even if it's not nuts, they strike me, dude.
They strike you, I know.
It's insane, and I don't even have the phone. That's why you have to follow me on Instagram because that is the only place where I feel like I can do the work, like with all the symbolism and the movies and all that. And I show you in my stories. Ask Adam. I'll post like 15 stories, and I'll try to show you movie clips. I'll try to break it down for you. Adam does what he does here on the sports. We all have our platform, but God specifically asked me to go to Instagram because that is still the only platform where I can like make a reel out of a movie if I just tweak it a little bit, and then I've got like that creative freedom to like not get banned.
TikTok even.
Yeah, TikTok's even worse, bro. All right, so we're getting low on time because I've got some things I need to do because like I said, I've been dealing with sick kids. I have this in the background. If you see right now, this is what I made this morning, okay? I have a whiteboard, and I this is what I do. So while people are sleeping at night, I'm here on my whiteboard writing down things from the Bible, things that connect in my mind, words, phrases, letters. I try to do what I can, okay? I try to do what I can for myself. This isn't just for you, but I want to share this with you because this is what it means to study, to study deeply and to think and ponder, okay? Because God doesn't just want us, okay, I tell you to read the Bible, and now you're just going to open the Bible and you're just going to be reading. You know how sometimes like when you're reading something, even like when you're driving, you're just kind of like not all there?
Yeah.
That is not what God wants us to do with his word, is to just say, okay, I read a chapter today, I'm good. No, he wants you to study, okay? He wants you to study. So I want you to see this. And I want you to see, this is what God is showing me with this merger and with this aliens and the NBA. And I'll let Adam, whatever you want to finish up with, but I think this is where we can start kind of wrapping up after I get done with this. Because this will show you that this is what is happening and this is what's coming from the Bible, from reality. As I've shown you all these images, I could sit here and keep showing you images. Adam could sit here and keep telling you codes about this or that. But I believe this whiteboard will help hopefully somebody here in the chat see that something major is happening and it's all connected. It's not coincidence. All right. So we have NBA, the NBA, the National Basketball Association. Well, I see NBA and I just start thinking of things. What could NBA mean? Like no bad angels, like Satan wants us to accept his agenda, or nothing but aliens. We got nothing but alien code going on right now.
I used to say nothing but actors.
Yeah, I used to say nothing but that's a good one too, because they're acting. All the aliens are the actors. They're the stars.
Well, tell them what hypocrite means.
Hypocrite in the Greek means actor.
Yeah.
That's not a coincidence. See, that's not conspiracy. They are hypocrites. They change faces. All right, they change.
The actors are in Los Angeles.
What does a snake do? He sheds his skin. They put on new skin. They literally put on prosthetic skin, you guys, and then shed it like snakes. Oh my gosh.
Mate, I've got a question for you. Do you think right now these aliens, what I believe are demons, fallen angels, do you think right now they're really pissed off? Or do you think they're just so self-centered they can't even see people like you and I and others in the chat seeing this because they're so...
No, they're the most...
Do you reckon they're like...
Yeah, no, they're the most self-centered things that are... That's why God wants nothing... Like I said, if you read the Bible and you say, oh, Jesus was religious. No, he wasn't. He even told the apostles and people, he said, when you interact with these Pharisees and these snakes, give them no time of day. Give them nothing. Why? Why, if Jesus is God and he's like able to maybe do anything, maybe even convince, okay, actually I got a great answer for that question before we get into it. When Jesus was being tempted in the desert, did Jesus ever preach to Satan?
Did he ever preach to him?
Yeah, did he preach to him like the truth?
He just basically...
He always rebuked him.
He just basically, every time he got tested, he just went back to the word, what the Bible says.
That's right. But he never said, oh, there's hope for you, Satan, if you would just turn from your ways.
He never showed him like mercy when he knew. He knew
what they were. He knew what they were doing, because guess who was in the garden, folks? Jesus.
And Satan.
Yes. Okay. So Revelation 13:7. This is something I just discovered this morning as I was making this. Okay. So the angels have become outcasts. They are angels. Okay. Kind of just follow me. I know it looks like a lot. Don't worry. I'll try to sum it up the best I can so you can see how my mind works and you can just see how I make these connections. NBA, nothing but aliens, no bad angels. They are outcasts from heaven, fallen angels who will be called aliens. As we've seen Aleister Crowley, he said they call them demons and angels now, but in the future, they'll call them something different. And right now we're in the future. We're calling them aliens. Revelation 13:7. No man or woman can buy or sell B without the mark, comes from what? The Antichrist, the NBA.
Isn't it strange how Mark has ark on it? You got to
get on ark, and Jesus says to get on the ark, and Noah was told to build an ark. Okay, why? Because of the flood, because of a great storm. And what did Trump say?
The calm before the storm. I don't think
the calm before the storm.
You before, bro. Where does Elon Musk want to go?
Mars, baby.
Well, look at the word Mark. What's the first three letters?
M-A-R.
Which means war, doesn't it? Yes.
Oh my gosh! And in backwards, what is what is M-A-R backwards? Ram.
Oh, that's absolutely incredible. And
Myles Garrett just got traded to the Rams.
Yeah, who I say is an angel.
And you said it's Kobe. And also, the Ram goes back to the Bible, because when God was testing the faith of Abraham, do you ever think that God was going to actually see? I just actually seen this argument happen when people are like, Someone posted, they're like, my daughter who's 14 just said, Mom, if God ever asked you to sacrifice me like he asked Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, would you do it? And she just kind of like, she didn't really say anything. I don't even know why she posted that. Like, that's a weird thing to post between you and your child. But the kid was, I guess, 14, pretty old kid, you know, obviously great for her reading the Bible, but what a profound question. Like, how would I answer that to my son? If my son asked me, would you ever sacrifice me? I would say, I would obey the will of God, son. Now, oh, Dustin, oh my gosh, you would sacrifice. No, God was never going to make him do it. That's what you don't understand if you don't read the story. He was testing him to say, hey, are you willing to do something so radical because of following me and love, the love of me and my way, that you will do this? And Abraham said, yes, God, I love you. Because what is commandment number 1? Love God above all else. Sorry, that means your children, your family, your dog. I'm sorry. If God is not number 1, then God is not your God.
Yeah, and simply put, why? Because none of those things exist without him.
And exactly, we don't exist without him. He's the one that's coursing blood through our body. Now, what the representation of that was and why God tempted Abraham, so that he knew that he could choose him as the promised seed, because God is asking us to choose. He already knew what Abraham would do. See, that's what's crazy about God. You can't tempt God and test God. All right, don't try to do it. He already knew what Abraham was going to do when he wrote. And I want to also make this clear: when Isaac was taken up to be sacrificed, he wasn't no little kid.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
he was a grown man. So you're telling me that a grown man who's his father's son, like me, if my dad tried to tie me up right now, if your dad tried to tie you up, wouldn't you fight him?
Of course.
So this just shows that the faith of Isaac also was in God and willing to sacrifice himself.
Yeah, he was probably in his 30s, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was in his 30s.
But when you look at images of it, it's always like Isaac is like a 5-year-old little boy.
No, he was not a little boy. He was a grown man when God asked him to do that. And why was it? Ultimately, because God was going to send himself his son. Because remember, Jesus isn't the Father, but Jesus and the Father are one. Here we go. The two becoming one. The merger. God is merged with creation, you guys. That's why he made us in his image. Jesus is the image of God. So when you're like, I wonder what God looks like, the Father. Well, look in the mirror. He looks like you.
Yeah, and look at the blessings Abraham received through faith.
Yes, all the blessings. And God already knew, because he knew his promised seed from the beginning when he created Adam. But see, he also knew this war that was coming. And there we go. Why is this war started? It wasn't started over land or resources. It was started over knowledge. The fallen angels, Lucifer, decided to go against God and give them heavenly knowledge of what? Sex.
And good and evil.
It's sex. Yeah, good and evil. And why do people do good and evil things mostly in our life and right now? It all comes back to sex. The man wants to get money, not because he loves the money. Money can't screw the man, folks. He gets the money so that he can get the woman. Or men, whatever.
Think about this. I don't want to go too deep into good and evil and try and play God, but there's a big difference. Can you all give me a woo in the chat? There's a big difference between having sex with your wife to create a child, to raise a child, to lead them to God, and then going out, getting wasted, picking up 2 chicks, having a threesome, not wearing a condom, and hey, we'll see what happens. You're having sex, yeah?
Yep.
There's the act of sex, right? And then you could say there's a good aspect of it in the aspect of, okay, we're here to procreate. I'm having a loving relationship with my wife, doing the will of the Father and all of that. And then there's having sex where it's literally after the flesh and the lust of the flesh. And we know our human nature, it's very hard for us to overcome that flesh occasionally. So, but it's still sex. It's still sex. But it's very different.
In life, and guys, guess what? We don't have life, and we don't have this nice society and NBA games. Guess what? If there was no people being born, no more NBA stars. No more games, no more people to make your food, to grow your food, to hunt your food, whatever. If you don't have society and people having sex and having children, then you don't have life, folks. That's what it's all about. That's what it ultimately comes back to, is God is the God of life, and Satan is the God of death.
Right now, statistically,
we're way behind. It's bad.
It's never been so low.
It's bad. Well, that's because the God knows that everybody that's going to be born and there does. I can't sit here and say what I know what attorney's going to be like, whether we have children or not, and how that all works. I have no idea. All I know is that God knows every single person that will be born, needs to be born, and needs to come to Him, and He's going to be patient. He's going to be very patient. That's what you guys don't understand. Everybody that, like I said, preaches false rapture dates and all this. You're not doing the will of God by doing stuff like that, and you're not doing mankind a service by putting dates and numbers on things. We do not know what God's timeline is like, other than the season. We only know time through the season with God. And we are in the season of the mixing and the separation. So see, fallen angels gave mankind the knowledge. When you know something and what is alleged, it's something you fall off. So now with knowledge, we have fallen. Okay, so you now fall with the knowledge, all right, of sex, or dodge. You can get, as I said earlier, dodge. You can get dodge from sex. What has Trump been doing? Dodging bullets, assassination attempts. He had dodge with freaking Elon Musk, and we're supposed to be finding this corruption in the money, all right? But that ultimately comes back to the DNA. And I showed you earlier, the snakes running up the rod, the twisted DNA, okay? They created the hybrids, all right, which we would call the mutants.
Get viruses with sex, can't you?
Yes, okay.
Virus on the computer as well, the virus, like COVID.
So I wanted to show you something real fast. I had the photo. I don't know if you guys, or I don't know if you watched this game. Where is it at? In the NFL, they did a game called Toy Story where they literally made all the characters or all the football players and everything. Oh, there's the monster in 666. There it is. I have it.
Literally, that's the Hebrew letters. Go look it up.
This is what the president who says that he follows Jesus Christ is bringing to the White House is the monster.
Bro, what do they in Space Jam? The villains are called the Monstars.
They're the Monstars. Okay.
It's all there, guys. It's all there. I'm not denying it once you see it.
It's the invasion. So in Andy's bedroom, and dude, because they wouldn't let me take screenshots of the game. Here we go.
Okay.
In the football game, the Atlanta Falcons versus the Jaguars. This was a couple years ago. They did a game called Andy's Room where literally the football players were made into toys. Yeah. Toy Story, okay, all about Buzz Lightyear in space. See how many kids love Buzz Lightyear. I loved Buzz Lightyear as a kid. I loved my Buzz Lightyear toy. Look at what they had in the background while everyone's watching the game. This is what we mean. You need to look beyond the surface and look into the deeper things. Look what they have in the background. Well, invasion.
Look at all the green as well.
And all the green, and it's in a room. And what do these aliens come and do, supposedly? They come and abduct you from your room. In the movie Monsters, Inc., where do the monsters come to?
And bro, after you do that, just type in WWE invasion.
Oh, I will. Okay. The monsters come to your bedroom. To what? To steal your energy. They go through a portal.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. WWE what?
Invasion.
Invasion.
Yeah, and you had the blue and the green in that movie as well. Look, there was an invasion.
Why does Ed McManus look like he has he looks like Two-Face from Batman.
Yeah, but bro, look how they emphasized the V.
Yeah, the V.
We noticed this stuff now. We talked about the V for Vendetta, the V on Trump's face, and then invasion was basically this WCW, WWF angle.
V, oh my gosh, that's the image that's up. V. They're coming, folks. They're coming.
Basics just said, I didn't know this. The pay-per-view of Invasion was the year of 9/11.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Great stuff, Basics.
Stuff like that's brilliant.
Okay, so here, back to the board. So no bad angels. The bad angels that fell from heaven were outcasts. And where is Outcast from? They are from ATL. And what is Outcast most famous? I got to close some stuff. One sec.
By the way, in that invasion angle, you had like Vince and Shane. So you had the father and the son as well, like the Bible. Father, son, Vince and Shane. And then here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money.
Okay, and so what I was telling you about the Knicks and the other day with the semi-pro, well, in semi-pro, it has Andre 3000, who literally has the album AT Aliens, as I'm showing you with the aliens in the football game with Atlanta Falcons, okay? And then They have a song called AT Aliens, but they also have a song called Babylon.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
And that song Babylon is all about sex.
And David Gray has a song called Babylon on the album White Ladder. It's so
There's a lot of,
beautiful.
because I don't know. I don't know whether it's modern day Israel or it's America, but one of the two, and they could two, you could say that Israel and America are 2 in 1.
I think it's Jerusalem.
I'm with you there because of the way that prophecy works with God in the promised land, and like
Yeah.
you said, look at all these wars and over something over an island or a piece of land that's smaller than the state of Rhode Island, guys. Why is everybody fighting so much over that tiny piece of land if it isn't God's promised land? They know. See, they know. They want to reside there. They want to be like God. So where would the angels want to reside if they're going to be like God?
The fallen angels have had you focus more on USA than Jerusalem by design.
Yep. So we have the Legion, which were cast into the pigs, ATL, Outcast, then we have the Lion, okay? Because Legion has the word lion in it. Do you see that, bro?
That's amazing. I've just
Legion has the word lion in it. And who is the Blue Lion team in the NFL? Sports teams? Detroit. And who do they have as a wide receiver on their team?
That's
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
St. Brown, yeah.
St. Brown, okay, sports teams. All right, we got the Spurs, which Amon-Ra was the sun god. He is actually the black sun, or the order of the black sun is the Nazis, Hitler. All right, Amon-Ra and Amen. See, that's where people think that Jesus is fake or that Christianity is a ripoff from Egyptian culture. No, you got it backwards. The angels stole from God, so of course they knew God would say Amen. So of course they said, we will be Amen.
Yes.
We will be amongst Mun. Oh my gosh. And Sunday, oh my gosh, the first day of the week is Sunday, the sun god. And we're all told that the first day of the week is Monday. When you look on a calendar, it's Sunday.
Exactly. They've twisted.
Okay. That's why they've corrupted the Sabbath. Okay. They've corrupted the saints, and the saints is the church. Okay. The saints are the body of Christ. So when I hear people say, it's the Jesuits, it's the Catholics, these churches, you don't understand the Bible if you don't understand what the definition of church is. It is body.
Wow.
Okay, so brown we know is blue and orange, and there it is to nick. And to nick something is to what? To cut. Okay, and when the angels rebelled, they brought war in heaven. Revelation 12, 7 through 12, 7 through 12, 22 chapters, war, okay, war backwards. I just kind of like when I hear war, or I say it backwards, I go raw. What does a lion say? Roar.
It's also the WWE Raw.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Good one, bro. And so, raw, raw, raw. That's what cheerleaders say. And what do sports have? Are cheerleaders, okay? They get you hyped up, all right? And the word raw in the Strong's Concordance down here to the corner is chatsa. Well, what's happening with AI, the birth, the AI birth, the alien invasion? AI, alien invasion. They are here. They are in your phones. They are in your chat. GPT.
That's why as soon as you speak, you go on your phone, it's try to sell you the thing you're talking about.
Exactly. So when you nick something, so there we go. The coach of the Knicks is is Coach Brown. Blue and orange equals brown. We got the Donald Trump connection to the Knicks. Like I said, there's plenty for the Spurs too. The black alien, the men in black. The Spurs are the men in black. They have the alien team. That's why it doesn't matter who ultimately wins this. It is all surrounded about merging. And guess what? The colors of the Knicks are what? Real fast. I'll give it to you. I'll show you. This is all about merging.
Remember, guys, in Space Jam, Michael Jordan merged with the characters. He was playing with them, wasn't he?
The New York Knicks' main colors are royal blue, orange, and white with silver and black as accent colors. So the two teams meeting in the NBA Finals right now have merged colors in one team in the Knicks, who are blue and orange and silver and black. Do you not see what's happening here? So when you cut something, you usually use a knife or a sword, and the sword divides. That is what a sword is meant to do. It is meant to cut in half. Jesus is the Word, and the Word was made flesh, okay? The Word divides. We are divided by our words, our actions. We're all divided with just our creation itself, but it is meant to divide.
Faith or lack of faith that divides.
Yes, we're being divided right now, guys. So that is what the sword is doing. The word, the truth is dividing. But what is
Yes,
Satan
it's
trying
like
to
a
do? He is
double-edged
trying to
sword.
merge, okay? Single. So what God said in the word, the light of the body is the eye. So when you see the one eye, it's again from the Bible. People are like, oh, the Illuminati, it created the eye because it represents the mind and consciousness. Well, who told us that the mind and consciousness was a representation of the eye? Jesus in Matthew 6:22.
Who created the eye?
That's right, God. So God said, if you're single, your whole body shall be full of light. We've been telling you, you can only worship one master. You can only have one God. Otherwise, if you have darkness in your eye, you have many masters. Therefore, you have no master because you don't have the truth. And a sword is the word and it divides. And somebody said earlier in the chat that God divided the light from the dark. We have the light team, the orange and the blue, which are light colors, versus the dark team. Do you guys not see the merging happening? And you are in great darkness when you have many different gods, okay? What is America in? We are in darkness because we worship many different gods. I love all the people. This was a Christian nation. No, it wasn't.
Never was, never was, never has.
Never was. Yes, they gave us the ability through, quote, freedom, okay? Freedom. Now, we've been blessed with that, but that's God and a Few Good Men. That's a movie, too, all about war and deception and conspiracy with Tom Cruise, Mr. Mission Impossible, Eyes Wide Shut with Stanley Kubrick. I mean, dude, it never stops. So we're divided right now. The sheep versus the goat, okay? The sheep, they're usually white sheep. You know, you have black sheep, but usually sheep are white and they have wool. So when I seen the word wool, I know the word low. And Jesus is God. And it says in the Bible in Luke 14:10, Jesus, who is God, was made lower than the angels.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, and so when you're a goat, you are against the lowness because you want to be high. If you're the goat, that means you're the best of the best, the top of the chain. That's why they call the goats the kings.
Yes. King
Some
James.
say that MAGA man, Mr. Donald Trump, is the goat. And where does MAGA come from? It is the fifth. There's the V. It is the fifth age, or it is the fifth degree in the Satanic Church, the COS, the Church of Satan. MAGA, make angels good again.
Great.
They want you to worship the fallen ones. They want you to worship the goat. How many children are going around? They just made a basketball movie called Goat.
Yeah, Steph Curry.
Yeah, with Steph Curry. And what is Stephen? That was in the Bible, so his name is biblical. And then Curry is has Hindu, or, Curry usually is in India where they wear the red dot on their forehead, which is a representation of the thing. Oh my gosh. And in Hindu religion, they worship the god, the god of death, which is what color?
Green.
Blue. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da, and they are going to what? Persecute the saints. If you do not take the mark of the beast, you will be beheaded. Alice in Wonderland, go down the rabbit hole. Who opened up the rabbit hole? Elon Musk. He is the one that posted, follow the white rabbit. If I can find it.
Yep.
I've got 2,000 images. Like I said, this is just a fraction, okay? A fraction. Okay, see? The separation, the merging, okay? The goddess of destruction. And they even put Kali's face on the New York Empire State Building years ago, where they literally projected Kali on the New York Empire State Building. At nighttime, look at this. First spot, the goddess Kali in 2015 on August 10th was projected onto the Empire State Building. There it is, folks. The merger. New York.
Yeah,
New York is all about the merging of different types of... Oh, come on. Screw you.
All right.
Dad. The merging. And what was New York all about? The blending of different races and aliens, illegal immigrants that would come here to Ellis Island.
Wow, bro. When was that?
Oh, this was in 2015. They literally projected the goddess Kali, the god of destruction, as I just showed you, the one that chops people's heads off,
Wow.
onto the New York Empire State Building.
That was 11 years ago.
Yes. Oh my gosh, 1-1. There it is, Brunson.
Wow, bro. I didn't know about this.
You didn't know about this, bro?
And have you noticed the goddess is called Cali, which reminds me of Cali, like California?
Like California. Yes, exactly. Okay, so here we go. And I just showed you the sword. Oh my gosh, the god, and she's holding the sword. Okay, we're almost done. So you have the Knicks, who are the blue. Okay, you nick to cut. The sword divides sheep from the goat. The king are high in the clouds. Jesus will be seen. It just says in the Bible that when every eye sees Jesus come back, whether that's the rapture, whatever, all eyes will see him come in the clouds. Jesus ascended up into the clouds. Usually that's a blue sky. You know, yeah, we can have different colored sky, but usually the sky is blue. So and make angels good again. We have the city of angels, which is what that movie is all about: sex. And
It basically gives up his eternal life to have sex with an
yes,
average
he
girl.
gives sex with a woman. Okay, he gives up his eternal
That's what it
being
says.
to
And
have sex in the movie with Nicolas Cage.
That's what
Nicolas Cage, yes, the City of Angels. It's all about him desiring women. They desire the women, east and west. The west versus the east. Okay, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Or did I get that backwards?
Yeah, with the Eastern and Western Conference.
Yep. And then so the West is has what? The movie Hollywood, and the East is all about towers.
Yeah, I think it says, as far as the East is from the West, so far has he removed our transgressions from us.
Wow, amazing. So yeah, so you have the Knicks, which is the blue sky, blue and orange, which represents the sun. Orange usually represents fire or the sun, okay, in the sky. And the blue sky is a reflection. They say, you know, everybody, I think every kid asks that. Why is the sky blue? That's like one of the first questions that comes to your mind as a child, usually is like, wait, why is the sky blue? And some say it's the reflection of all the water. But what if it's the water above in the firmament? The water above as below, as above, so below. All right. So orange is fire. And what did God appear to Moses? As a burning bush, as we had Kyle Busch just die, the NASCAR racer.
That's so colors can be interesting, can't it? Because so, for example, the sunlight looks white, yeah,
right,
but it's made up of all the colors of the rainbow.
Exactly. It's your eyes that are see. That's why I say you always trust your eyes, folks, because your eyes are deceiving. It can only interpret so much information. It's the brain and the consciousness. Okay, it's like the spirit of God. Like God breathed His spirit in you. It is coded within you.
Now, did you know this with the color blue? So the color blue, the light blue travels in shorter, smaller waves than other
Yes,
colors.
it does. Yes.
So it scatters around in multiple directions more than any other color, which is why that color is so prevalent to us.
So yeah, so see, here we go with the Knicks and the fire and the sun, and both sun. The sun was the son of New York, of the president of the United States of the Red Party. Okay, who was Bush. Okay, and so God showed himself as the burning bush, and that was in Exodus, which is the exiting, which God parted the sea. And when you when you think of water, you think of the sea, and that was the flood. Okay, and why did the flood happen? Because the angels were sleeping with women. Okay, and here we go. The black sky is the moonlight. You see the moon, the white light, and the black sky. So see, even the darkness has a light which God provided for us so that we could see. All right, so black is the darkness, and you have the sky, which the who is trying to shoot rockets up into the sky, or who is going to come from the sky, the aliens, the rocket men. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, and so at night, that's why you have that famous song by, and that's why I wear the sunglasses, because these people, the glasses represents they live. You got to put the glasses on to see the demons, the devils.
They live amongst us. It's so there's loads.
You got to see the monsters, okay? They're coming, all right? And they are transforming before our very eyes. And they transform when? At night. That is when most nefarious things are done, are at night, in the dark, when people are asleep. And Jesus said he comes on you like a thief in the night because they are sleeping. They live, we sleep. That is the main line of They Live, the movie by John Carpenter. John, the book of Revelation, Carpenter, a builder.
Well, what about this, bro? So the Last Supper was obviously held in the evening. So that means Judas betrayed Jesus at night.
Yes.
One in the
And
morning, it was at night.
and think of some harsh words. Jesus said, the person that betrays the Son of God, it would be better that he was not born. Bro, that's some harsh words.
That is, that needs to be told.
That needs to be told to people. That Jesus himself said it would have been better for Judas to never exist than to betray God.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, that's how God feels about people that aren't for God and are against him. You shouldn't exist.
And then he took his own life, didn't he?
That's right, because he fell for 30 pieces of silver. And who is the team that's playing right now? Oh, he betrayed Judas. He betrayed him, and he's in the dark for silver. And it's the Spurs, black and silver.
Wait, oh my word. And the number 30 for the Spurs is that Julian Champagne, who I said would have a big series.
And when I hear that name, Champagne, I think of champagne like a party.
Yeah,
or
that's
you
why
pop something.
his highest scoring game was on New Year's Eve when you drink champagne.
Wow.
And now, I told you, with New Year's Eve, you think about New York. So I said he's going to do well, and he is. And guess how tall he is? 6'7", 6'7".
6'7". Oh my gosh. So they transform at night. Okay. These aliens or these people work in the night, in the dark. When I say transform at night, it says like the demons come out at the dark, right? That's why Halloween, you go trick-or-treating. You don't go during the day. You go during the night. Okay, so when you have the glasses on, you're blocking out the false light. That's ultimately what I'm trying to tell you. The merger that's happening is of the old light, the false light, the snake, the mutant, the hybrid, the dinomen, the snakes. Okay, they have, and so if you transform, that's the robots who come from the cube, the dark side of the moon. Look up all the Transformer movies. They fall to the earth. Robots are AI. AI represents alien invasion. What happened in that movie? The Transformers were invading the earth.
Transformers say they want to destroy the black cube, but when you study the black cube, it's God. It's the source of life.
Yes, and oh my gosh, look at Donald Trump Tower. So speaking of towers,
they say they want to destroy life. Who created life, which is God.
Trump Tower. To walk into Trump Tower, what do you got to walk into, brother?
Oh my word!
The black cube.
The black cube. Wow.
You think I'm a conspiracy theorist, or are these people actually doing what we're saying? And look at, if a man of God says that he's a man of God, why does he put up on top of his building? Trump designed this building, not me. Trump did. Trees. What are we talking about? The tree of life, the tree of death, the tree of knowledge, trees representing life, death, Satan, sex. He puts trees on top of his tower, which is the Tower of Nimrod, a homage to Babylon. Okay, and it's 6 by 6 inverted downward triangle. 6 rows of trees by 6 rows of trees by 6 rows of trees on a black tower where you enter the black cube.
Oh my word.
You guys think again, you think we're crazy, but I'm telling you, these NBA finals are here to tell you that it's, to me, all about Trump, which would be a better code for the Knicks to win, but it still goes back to the Spurs. If the alien man wins, it's as blatant as it can be if the Spurs win, which could definitely be the case. But I think there's a deeper symbolic thing that they're tricking people with, because remember, they love the money and they love to play tricks. They are jokers. It would be.
They run the money, don't they? They know.
That's right. So it would be a tricky thing to flip the script. I would have to pull it up. Equals 666. They can flip it. That's because they already knew that these two teams would be it for this time. The merging, the blue, the orange, the silver, and the black. The black, the silver. Judas. You know what I mean? They're coming together as one.
The NBA commissioner is Adam Silver.
Oh my God, Adam, the first man. Wow, brother.
Well, silver as well. Like, and he looks like what you'd expect an alien.
He looks like an alien. I mean, yeah. Let's just look at the guy. He looks like a freaking alien.
If Adam Silver's not one of these angels, then they don't. Look at bro. Look at that image of Trump pointing his finger. He's covering an eye.
Oh yes, he is.
The fallen angels run the media. They know what image to use. They know what headline to use. It's why they put certain words in quotation marks for the gematria. They run it. Maybe humans are working through them, but have you noticed this in all of these media things? They always have to go through the main person. Can I get a woo?
Woo.
So if anybody who's ever worked like in marketing or with the news or anything like that, you may have an idea, but you always have to get approval from the top dog, which will be a fallen one. So they'll give you the approval, or they'll tell you, "I want you to type this up." They'll tell you. Your name might be on it, but they're telling you exactly what to put. Now, obviously, with me, like with a website, I don't have to go through anybody. Thank you, God. But when you're working for these media outlets, they don't just let anything be posted.
No, you know how much billions of dollars.
The green light.
Yeah,
The
this is
green light. The aliens. The green light. The AOK. The 666. Guys, we've been on 59 likes for about 45 minutes. If there's any fallen angels watching this, I just want to tell you, we're going to keep calling you out, baby. Woo!
We're going to expose the darkness. So to finish up the whiteboard, so the alien invasion is coming through robotics. So it's already in your phone. I mean, regardless if you believe it or not, when you Google something, now AI gives you the first one. These are the children of the devil, okay? The AI birth, okay, by the red party, okay? AI's been coming for a long time, but red equals death, okay? The flood brought death on the earth. Exodus brought death to the Egyptians who chased God's people as he parted the sea. So see, like a portal or something, if the rapture does happen and a portal opens up, wouldn't it be perfect to have a PSYOP like Project Bluebeam ready to go? Why do you think they're spraying barium, and aluminum in the sky daily? Because those are the two most reflective metals that you could shine images off of.
Well, you know, you mentioned a portal, right? I don't know if you've made this connection. You've got the portal, and I'm pretty sure a port connects to maritime, to the water. The portal.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
And look at in New York. Oh my gosh, as I was talking about, you remember the Luck of the Irish? They had the portal in New York that they set up with a camera live streaming from New York to Dublin, Ireland.
Wow.
The viral public art installation known as The Portal connected New York City and Dublin, Ireland 24/7 live stream. They actually had to stop doing it because women were coming and flashing their tits.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, people were coming and doing really perverse things in front of it. You see how wicked man's heart is? You try to connect with people. That's kind of cool. Like, you know, on the earthly thing, that's kind of cool to be able to talk to somebody that's living in another country in real time, kind of like me and Adam are. He's in Mexico. I'm in America. Look at us, and we're talking to all you in the chat. We are all like interacting through portals right now, folks.
Yeah, we are.
We really are. It's the Matrix. That's why, like, the Matrix is not meant to be taken literally, but it is real because what else do you call this?
You're talking through a portal. Like when we FaceTime each other, it's a portal, which we just call a phone. It's a portal to a different dimension, a different part of the world. You couldn't do this, man. You didn't see the disciples sending WhatsApps. Hey, guys, boys, see you in 30 minutes.
Dude, it would have been so much easier for them to preach the gospel if they had what we had.
Well, that's why it says in Daniel 12:4 that knowledge shall increase.
Yes, knowledge shall increase. And here we are, the knowledge with ChatGPT, which chat saw equals raw. Okay, that's the Strong's Concordance word for raw, and it means to see. All right, and chat, we are divided by the merging, and we see the signs in the heavens, okay, which is the moon. All right, the blood moon. And what is who was born on a blood moon? Back to New York.
Donald Trump.
And when the blood moon is blood, it looks a little red, but it's mostly what color? Orange.
Orange.
It looks orange, okay? So you have signs in the heaven, and you got the famous movie freaking by Mel Gibson. Signs.
I can't believe my favorite chocolate was a chocolate orange growing up. This is
crazy. Oh, my dad loved those too. Look, Signs. It came out in 2002 on August 2nd. 222, like 2002, 222.
How many more signs do people want?
They said it's happening. Look at the score. The signs are orange. It's orange. And they call Trump the Orange Man. Orange Man equals 88.
Yep.
Do you guys see the merger? How two are going to become one, like the Twin Towers?
Go to the Spice Girls song, Two Become One. I need to break those lyrics down. Spice Girls, Two Become One. When two become one.
What? They have the Uni Tower in Miami, Florida? What?
Oh, my word, yeah.
They have a tower called the Uni Tower in Florida, which is where Trump is from, which is called the Orange State, the tropical state, as I was telling you about the Flint Tropics in semi-pro.
Oh, my word. Do that in reverse. What's uni in reverse? It's I knew, yeah?
I knew, yeah, or like...
Well, I knew. I know this from speaking to my friend. I don't know how I know this random stuff. Ainu in Japanese means dog.
What?
Like, can you check that? I'm pretty sure Ainu, maybe it's a different spelling. Ainu translates in Japanese to dog. And we were talking about God. And right now, somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat that there's a dog.
Oh, it's the Inu. No way, bro. We had a Shiba Inu growing up. It's the Inu.
Well, I'm sure it means literally dog, but there's a dog right now predicting the NBA Finals and keeps getting like the games right.
Oh my gosh, the Shiba Inu. I literally had this dog, an orange dog. We had
You got the Shiba Inu.
Yeah, and we named him Yoshi, bro.
Bro, Shiba's so close to Shiva as well.
Yes, and I had a dog named Yoshi growing up. And dude, the new movie right now that my kid's obsessed with because we took him to see it is the Mario Galaxy movie.
Bro, did I tell you when I lived
Which is the merger.
Bro, when I lived in the US, there was these 2 husky chows that I lived with for like 2 years. Guess the name of the dogs, bro?
What?
Faith and Hope.
Wow, what?
Before I was saved, Faith and Hope.
Dude, my mind's blown right now.
In Los Angeles, where I lived with 2 dogs, husky chows, the most beautiful dogs I've ever seen, and they were called Faith and Hope. One of them was a male and the other was female. They had like a blue collar and one had a pink one.
I don't know what you see with the 4-1, but this movie came out on 4-1, brother.
Well, I can go on all day with a 4-1.
I know you could. Look at Mario, the builder, the Mason man, Mario brothers. They're the
Mars
twin.
As well.
They're the twin brothers. Oh my gosh, Mario had brothers.
The Ma.
And look, he's looking upon the Earth, which has a ring around it, the Saturn, as we were just talking about the ring. Okay,
the ring, yeah.
The dinosaurs, the Dino Men. Oh my gosh, what I just wrote down. Look, the Dino Men.
That's so crazy.
A man riding a dinosaur, and they find him what? Through the egg. Oh my gosh.
Bro, see what I mean? Yeah, people are witnessing how your life works right now in this stream.
Look at. I'm gonna blow all your mind with this last thing, and then I gotta go. Look at Trump. Trump calls you guys the egg. Okay, the egg. Oh my gosh, the woman's egg was what was corrupted. You die because we come from the woman's egg, and Satan implanted the egg with his seed. Okay, the egg. It's all about the egg. I've been telling Adam about the egg. Humpty Dumpty, foul for wall. They call Humpty Dumpty, or they call Trump Trumpty Dumpty. Look at Trump calls Freedom Tower disgusting in a pile of junk, okay? The guy that was designing the Freedom Tower, which is the Uni Tower, the one tower now, to replace the Twin Towers, he called this guy an egghead.
Well, there's a TV show in England about geniuses, and the name's the Eggheads.
No way, dude!
It's got, type in the Eggheads TV show.
I will.
A group of geniuses, and you got to take them on. They know all the general. They're called the Eggheads, bro.
Look, and they make Trump look like an egg all the time in the political cartoons.
I know.
The egg, you guys, something is birthing. What comes from an egg? A birth. Oh my gosh, snakes are born from eggs.
Yeah, but bro, the fall of Babylon and Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Oh,
it wasn't just a fall, it's the great fall, and make America great again. Babylon's going to fall. It's so beautiful, man.
Dude, look at, they've got a cartoon in 2016 of him sitting. He says, the question is which is to be master. That's all. To be master. And he's talking to Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my word. Master, like the Master Masons.
Yes, and look at what movie's coming out. Oh my, dude, this is getting too crazy. Look at what movie's coming out this year. Masters of the Universe.
He-Man.
He-Man with the sword.
Sword, the word of God.
Which has lightning striking on it. How did Satan fall from heaven, brother?
Lightning bolt.
Oh my gosh, and it's a green lion.
Oh my word, bro.
And it's the skull, the bringer of death.
You got the blue right at the bottom, all that blue.
Oh, it's blue and orange, bro. Blue and orange merging together.
Word, blue and orange, bro. And then the guy's wearing silver and black, He-Man.
And it says legends aren't born, they're forged.
They're forged. What the heck?
That's merging. How you make a sword is you merge iron and a hammer together. Oh my gosh, Thor's hammer. Marvel.
Forged.
You guys are going to be blown away. Thor's hammer. Okay, the merger, whatever. Mjolnir is a legendary weapon of Thor, the Norse god of thunder. Look at what my name means.
Mate, you can also forge documents and stuff. And he's saying
Dustin is a primarily name of Old Norse, Old English, and it carries the name meaning Thor's stone, or thunder stone. brave fighter. My parents named me Dustin. They were going to have me name another name, but they seen the name Dustin and they seen that it meant valiant fighter or brave fighter. And they said, this just seems like the name for him. But it also, I didn't know this until I started looking at my name a while ago. My name means Thor's stone, and I'm exposing Trump as Thanos and get a vision of him as a Marvel character.
You just can't make that up. Bro.
You can't make it up, folks. Everything is coded, including your damn birth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's where we end it, because the birth of the new age, the new order, is nothing old but old. Look at, why are these old civilizations making snake statues?
Look at it in Donesia,
Mesopotamia, Sierra Leone, all these different places. And guess what? In there it is. In ancient Egypt, they're not the only ones that built pyramids. They have pyramids all over the earth. Look, I told you in January 25th, before the Super Bowl, do UCV, signs, wake up, Neo, rebel. And then the Star Patriot, the fifth age of Aquarius, the age of Aquaman, the Sea Beast, the system of old men. Where did the Legion of Demons run into? The C, the Joker, the V. I've been telling you guys, Star-Lord, freaking Chris Pratt. He is Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then you use David Bowie Starman.
And freaking look at the
waiting in the sky.
Who's the Knicks owner right now?
Oh, it's your boy
James Dolan, who just invited Trump to Game 3, okay? James Dolan is an American businessman, and he owns MSG Network, and he owns Sphere Entertainment. And where's the Sphere?
Space.
Well, yes, but the Sphere is in Las Vegas, where Area 51 is. So when people are like, what do you mean the Knicks have a good code for aliens? Well, the owner owns the space sphere in Las Vegas, folks.
That is as big as having a player called the Alien, isn't it?
It's bigger, because how many people are being entertained at the Sphere? And oh my gosh, the Zach Brown band, Zach Brown, the coach of the Knicks, Blue and
Mike Brown.
You guys are seeing how this works in real time. This is what I do off the stream. This is why my life is crazy, because I literally just comes to me. It just popped into my head. The Sphere concert with Zach Brown.
Oh my word, bro! I've just thought about something. I'm pretty sure that Back to the Future, isn't he called Dr. Brown?
Yes, but look at the Sphere, the Zach Brown band. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Dr. Emmett Lathroth Brown. Doc.
Yeah, Doc Brown. Oh, great Scott.
Oh, great Scott. Oh my God, Trump.
Okay, I know I'm not going to play the sound, but dude. Okay, look at the Zach Brown band. I'm going to quickly go through it. They got a fire door opening up at the Sphere.
Oh my word.
Look at, and it's the death with a crown. Corona, Trump, crown.
Man, that looked like me waking up at
This is at the Sphere. This is at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Dude, can you imagine being at this show?
Oh my word, bro.
Look at this. This is the Zach Brown band. This is the Sphere. The New York Knicks owner owns this shit. Look at this.
Is that like Aladdin's rug?
Yeah, flying carpet. The genie of the lamp. Look at Stairway to Heaven. Led Zeppelin.
It looks like a snake.
Oh my gosh, a snake coming from heaven, twisting. An 8.
It's like a snake.
A lighthouse. Where does the lighthouse always shine onto? The sea.
Oh my word, yeah, it does.
And then straight to space. And then look, they're going through a door into a field of wheat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the wheat and the tares, bro.
The wheat and the tear. And look, the circle, the windmill. The windmill. What is the dunk that the NBA players do?
Oh my word, the windmill dunk.
They do the windmill dunk. Oh, dude, this is not scripted, folks. This is real time happening right now. Oh, and it's a train.
Oh my word.
Trump train. They even said get on in a greenhouse. They're going into a door of a garage onto a football field. There's the 24 Kobe.
Oh my word, bro.
You can't make this up, folks.
He retired the 104th day of the year.
No, he didn't.
10 is the 4th triangular number, bro. 10-4.
47, Trump. 45, there it is. 45, 47.
Well, this is mental. It's just even whatever this thing is, it's coded.
A hook. What are you hooked? Oh, the Captain Hook, Peter Pan. Peter Pan wears green. He hooks. The hook tries to steal children out of their bedroom.
And you want to live forever as well?
And you want to live forever in Neverland. And who had Neverland? Michael Jackson.
Oh my word! Who goes back to looking like this Egyptian god?
Look, it's the blue. Look, see, they live in the sea. The demons. Look, and they have their hooks in you. And what did Jesus tell us to be? Fishers of men.
What's this Muppet doing with a cowboy out in the ocean?
Oh my gosh! And the cowboy with the freaking. Hold on.
Dallas Cowboys.
Hold on, you guys. This is real time. I'm supposed to be getting out of here right now.
I'm needing to eat
something. But you can't. Look at the 2011 film, Cowboys versus Aliens.
Oh my word, bro!
The Cowboys and the aliens, the green aliens who come with sci-fi. He's got a freaking. I hate when it goes to Reddit.
Mate, Tom Brady retired against the.
Oh my gosh, Cowboys and Aliens has Harrison Ford, who's freaking in Star Wars. Oh my gosh, and look, it's blue and an orange. It's a blue and an orange cover.
What the heck? Blu-ray.
What is the aliens shine down? They shine down their Blu-ray. Oh my gosh, and this is the end with
This is crazy.
This is the end with all this cast of characters, Jonah Hill and all them, the end of the world, the apocalypse.
That movie, bro, is insanely demonic.
Oh, it's insanely demonic. But look at the very end. Oh no. Look what happens to all of them at the end. Do they know? I like I said, I'm personally a believer in the rapture. That's why I believe the whole alien thing, because that's the best way to explain to most of the normies. Hopefully not all you here or anybody that is understanding, but this is how they see life. Look, they all get shot up in the end.
But then they go to heaven and they get to smoke the finest weed. So they go down as like strippers and they're smoking weed. That's what they portrayed heaven as.
Yes.
So they just completely twist it.
Look at this Zach Brown. Dude, this is at the Sphere, dude. I mean, I've watched this before, but this breakdown right now, I think, is the boat. Oh my gosh, Noah had a boat to save him from the flood. Dude, this is insane. You see Zach Brown band, everyone, oh, these guys are Christian. They love God. Why do men of God love putting demons and skeletons and death a part of their show? Look, he's performing underwater.
So
sorry, I'm getting very worked up. I'm sorry, I'm yelling.
No.
This is just crazy, you guys.
The Knicks coach Dolan, he owns the Sphere, yeah?
Yes, he owns the Sphere.
Whoa, what's the freaking shape of a basketball?
A sphere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And look, as I was telling you about freaking how the Guardians of the Galaxy was Chris Pratt. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Chris Pratt. Okay, I'm probably not gonna be able to find it, but look, as we told you, this is why I inspired Adam, because this is what I found. He's the nephew of the guy that owns the Cleveland Guardians.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then we have the trade between the Cleveland Browns and the Rams, as we just told you the Rams earlier. Dude, this is the craziest thing ever. Yeah, and he's of Irish descent. The luck of the Irish.
Wow, man. And that's why Irish is where LeBron went to.
And look, he switched his major because he was a singer. He was a singer, a musician. And that's why I told you semi-pro. I think semi-pro, the movie Semi-Pro, is telling us that freaking the Knicks are going to win because they are the Tropic Thunder. Tropical state is Trump. He's got the 33. Number 11 is freaking Woody Harrelson, wood like a tree. He's number 11. Number 55, he's a foreigner, an alien. 55 is Satan.
And it's not an accident you got 11, 33, 44, 55, these double numbers next to
Yeah, these double numbers, two become one. They become one team, one champion, one unit. All right, and this guy, number 55, what's his name? Start with?
What's his name?
Vacitus. V.
Oh, the V, yeah. Vac, like vaccine. A vac.
Like vaccine. Oh, and diss, like dissing somebody, like in a rap. Oh my gosh. And who's the rapper in this movie? It's freaking Andre 3000, which is from ATL.
He's a rapper, yeah.
He's a rapper. Okay. And you have Wilco, who is Jackie Moon, who is the inventor of rocket and propulsion. Jack Parsons.
Oh, you were just talking about the end, yeah?
Yes.
Bro, what do you say when it's the end? You say it's a rap.
It's a wrap. Yes, it's the
Yeah.
end. Look at he tried to do a ritual from Aleister Crowley, and he was a literally known occultist. This is the guy who made rockets. He was into what? Sex and rockets. The occult world of Jack Parsons. Sex, and she's wearing a black freaking thing with a silver rocket.
The rocket with the ET in it.
Do you see why it's beyond the Spurs and the Knicks now, folks?
Mm-hmm.
It's beyond the games. All right, I want to show one more thing because remember I showed you my vision the other day. I was contemplating whether I should show people this. I also believe that I don't believe God told me the Knicks were going to win. Don't get me twisting what I'm saying here. What I'm telling you is that I believe that God has been giving me visions of things that were happening in the future, that would happen in the future.
There's no doubt about it.
I'm staying up at 2:30. Look, I would write and I would date and I would put the time that I was getting these things. Who the hell is staying up till 2:31 in the morning writing down crazy stuff like this? You can believe it or not. You can say, "Oh, you just made this up today because of all the stuff." You can believe me or not. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to expose the truth like I've been doing. All right. I started getting all these weird things coming to my mind because when I get visions from God, what I'm trying to tell you, and if you don't believe God's given visions, signs, and all this stuff right now, go read Acts 2:17. All right. In the last days, God will give visions and dreams to old men, women, all kinds of. It's not just me. I am nothing special. All glory to Jesus Christ. Before people are like, you false prophet, you said the Knicks were going to win. No, I said that God was showing me something about the Knicks and aliens. And look at this is in 2023, years before Trump is even elected. Third base. I was seeing something with baseball, so I was like, what about third? Okay, the Knicks. Oh my gosh, if the Knicks win, they're going to win their third championship?
Yeah.
Okay, third base. Okay, that's when you almost go home. Okay, I'll ET phone home. I was seeing the number 3 because the 3 represents God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, Satan, devil, 666, the 666 number. Look at I wrote master. I wrote master. Why did I wrote master, Bill? Because I know the Bible in Matthew 6. But look at the year that we're in now. Masters of the universe.
And they say 3 is the magic number, right? And
yes.
And an open witch is she's called Stevie Nicks.
Yes. Okay. So I'm like, all right, what about baseball in the third base, God? Ready to round? Because when you hit a home run, all right, you run around the bags or you round the bases. So I'm like, all right, well, what about that? Jesus is the shepherd. You know, that's sheep. Sheep are locked in a pen. The pen are locked away or open. Like what? Something's going to open on earth. I'm like, a sleep sheep? Like what? A sleep sheep? A sleep sheep equals 666, folks.
A base is also a foundation.
And look at, I wrote Taylor Swift. Why did I don't give a shit about Taylor Swift. I don't listen to her music. I know she's a witch, but I just heard Taylor Swift. And then I underlined Swift because I was like, what? Something's coming swiftly? Jesus says he comes swiftly like a thief in the night. All right. And then I drew an alien. I wrote Area 51 and the Black Knight. Oh my gosh, I didn't even make this connection. Who's in the hockey finals right now?
I wanted to talk to you about that. It's Vegas and it's the Hurricanes, isn't it?
The Knights, the Dark Knight, Batman. Trump said he is Batman, folks.
Don't they wear black and gold as well, like Batman?
Yes. The Squid Games, is it rigged? Sports games, Area 51, Big Brother, they're always watching because that's what they've been telling us these years. That's the one thing everybody's saying. Aliens are watching us. Why are they watching us? Why haven't they revealed themselves? Why are they just watching us? Oh, I wondered why. Well, because it's Big Brother, The One Eye, 1984, the television V, all right? Mission Impossible, all right? Minority Report, which is man mixing with machine. Literally predictive crime, the iron mixing with the clay. Daniel, 242, right? What's the iron in the clay mixing?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, because I want you to read that verse. So, Minority Report, Big Brother, technology, AI. Okay, what is aliens going to bring? They're going to bring the freaking the technology. That's why everyone's excited for aliens because they're going to give us the hidden technologies of the universe.
They've already given us it, I think.
Yes, they have through the phones and through this. We already have it, folks. You guys are like, wait, the future isn't going to happen in the end times and the B system till we have flying cars. Well, sorry to tell you, folks. Airplanes are flying cars.
I read the verse. It's Daniel 2:43. It says,
2:43, okay.
Sowest iron mixed with miry clay. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. How did they mingle themselves with the seed of men, brother?
By having sex.
By having sex with the women, which men come through the woman now. But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. So they're not going to get the final say. when
No.
all's said and done. But the fact is, it says we're talking about merging, and you've got the book of Daniel, one of the greatest prophetic books, saying they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. Now, the key thing here is what is they? It's the freaking fallen. It ain't us.
They live.
Alternative humans. When it's saying they shall mingle themselves, now that's when you can have a 10-hour Bible study about this one verse. What is they? Who are they talking about here? And then you'll realize it's clearly talking about the watchers, isn't it? It's clearly talking about the fallen.
And what's interesting, when I wrote down Taylor Swift, I didn't know that she would be so heavily tied to the NFL. And I have other visions where I seen the Chiefs, and my brother here code the Chiefs. Like I said, we just have the vision. It's not because we're sitting here telling you we're smarter than you. It's just we are choosing to do the will of God by what first? Worshiping him first, giving him all honor and praise, telling him, I'm just here to be a servant, God. Use me as you wish, okay? And this is how God is using me. This is how God is using him. This is how God is. I see you all in the chat. He is using us right now to wake people up. We are lights in darkness right now. Okay, so I wrote, welcome to hell, judgment, Trump. This is on 2023. I didn't even know. Trump could have not become president and all of this would have been really insignificant.
Oh my word, bro, you wrote this especially 3.5 years ago, the reign of the beast.
Yes, the reign of the beast. And Elon, I was like, what about Trump and Elon? Did I know that Trump and Elon would freaking team up together in 2023? No, I just seen Trump and Elon would be coming together to do something, or that they would both be heavy players. He is the one that let the rabbit out. That is the beast system. Now I want to show you the Knicks. Okay, then this is where we'll wrap up.
You also mentioned the Dark Knight. You didn't know that Musk was going to say I'm the Dark MAGA.
MAGA, yeah, no, this is in 2023, folks.
Well, like,
this is kind of insane. So then I write on the back, because again, I'm all about breaking down movies and seeing things. So I was like, what about long? Like, we have a long time to wait, fellow. I was like, Longfellow. I was like, that makes me think of the movie with Adam Sandler, Mr. Deeds, where he becomes a TV mogul from a small town and becomes super rich. All right. And look, I even wrote down my brother here's name before I knew him.
And Mr. Deeds, people think they're going to heaven for their deeds.
Yes, and they think they're going to heaven for their deeds. Okay, and that's all about being promiscuous. And he writes greeting cards. So I was like, what? Anytime? Like, what? This is coming anytime? Common sense. Like, we have senses, the sixth sense. I see dead people. Not a cent. Jesus doesn't ask us a cent. All right, it doesn't cost 1 penny to get into heaven. And you go look up the verses about the penny and what God speaks about the penny. And paying taxes, all right? Tolerance, like what? We've all become tolerant to the things of man instead of tolerant to God's word, right? Like we're becoming tolerant to the ways of those. That's why we call June now Pride Month, which is where they call themselves they and them.
Yeah, and demons refer to themselves in pronouns.
Yep. So I'm like, seeing, look, I even wrote down the puck, hockey.
Well, that's crazy, mate.
And I wrote down, and I was like, what about the pew and the puck? Look, see, I wrote question marks, and I'm like, what are you showing me, God? I have no idea what this means. He just said, write this down. Like he told John in Revelation, just write down what I want you to write down and sit on it. All right, sit on it. So then when I see that the Knicks, this is all that inspired this. I seen this vision. I went back to it, and then I heard about semi-pro, but when I seen that the Knicks were going to the finals, I was like, wait a second. In 2023, I wrote down something with the Knickerboxers, the New York Knicks, Knickerboxers, the Boxers. We're about to have the White House fight.
Yep. And you're getting a lot of these boxers fighting UFC.
And look, the World Cup. Look, I was talking about football with my American football, but bro, I would meet you, Adam, who is all into exposing football.
And bro, isn't you got the Four Horsemen, right?
Yes.
I've read one of my favorite books is Orwell. It's Animal Farm.
Yes, Animal Farm. Yes.
And one of the characters from that fictional novel is literally, wait, Adam, what have you just done? Wait. Oh my word, guys, smash that like. Come on, this is mental. Guys, in the one of my favorite books of all time, it's called Animal Farm. And there's a character, a horse, and his name's Boxer.
No way.
Yeah. And it's basically, it's an amazing character in it. Boxer got betrayed by the pigs. So the pigs, do you want me to share my screen?
I was going to pull it up for you.
Okay, guys, please give me a woo before I get into this. Don't say anything, Watchman, because I know you've got a crazy eye. You're going to see what I'm seeing.
Oh.
Guys, Guys, I taught this book. I've got it right now. I can see it. Animal Farm. It was a white book with pink letters. Let's see how it shows it here. Oh, it's not going to show the actual book. But Boxer was very loyal, very, very loyal, very, very strong. A little bit slow, okay? But he got injured. So basically, humans were owning this farm, and then the animals were sick of it, right? They were like, like us. We're sick of the government. We're sick of the elites. Like, we want to run the world. Do you know what I mean? That's what people want to do, innit? Get rid of them, and we'll live together as one. But there's always going to be someone or a certain group that are going to want to lead. Can I get a woo, Watchman?
Whoa.
So it's all about, they'll do all of this to overcome the original people who are suppressing them. And then eventually they'll come together. But then once they're out of the picture, you're going to get a group or a person who then wants to take over, right? And in this case, it was the pigs, which goes about the pigs.
Who is Bell James in the? Is this James Orwell? Is his? What's this Bell James?
Orwell. This is George Orwell's book, the guy who wrote 1984.
So right? James, is his name James?
No, his actual birth name is not George Orwell. It's something Eric Blair, I think.
Okay, so he has a pen name like in my vision, which I was trying to tell people about. Here we go. But look, I see James, and look, the owner of the Sphere is James, the half brother of Jesus. Half breeds.
James is the owner of the Knicks. Now watch this, right? They often compare like Jalen Brunson to like a boxer, which can also be a dog. Okay.
Wow.
So you got the boxer. Now basically the pigs took over the farm. And as soon as they were preaching loyalty. You know what Trump's doing now? Loyalty will come together, bring God together. We're going to unite, right? That's what the pigs preached, and it sounded great. But then what they did, they overworked Boxer, this amazing horse. You know how we get overworked just to pay the bills?
Yep.
Whatever you told Boxer to do, he did it. Right? He didn't do it for reward. He just did it. And he got overworked, and then he got injured, kind of like what happens to us. And then Napoleon sells into a horse slaughterer and glue factory. And then Boxer, who did all this work for the pigs, he gets slaughtered. And then the pigs get the slaughter money to buy whiskey.
No.
Right, to buy alcohol, right?
Dude, and as you're talking about the pig, look at what new TV show just came out. The Lord of the Flies, remade as an old book. William Golding. The Golden Era, the Lord of the Flies, and who is the boy that gets sacrificed by the children? Piggy.
Yeah, and you got Miss Piggy with the frog.
Oh my gosh, Miss Piggy. Yeah. But look at the Lord of the Flies. Who was the fly? Jeff.
Who was
Goldblum. Goldblum.
And you got Goldstein in the NBA.
Yeah, and what was the famous movie that he was in as we get ready to celebrate? Freaking, you guys see it all is connected.
Oh, we've got more, bro. Look, so you've got the collapse, right? So basically, oh my word, bro. I've just remembered this. Guys, this is mental. The way Boxer got injured, guys, he was working his ass off to rebuild the windmill, like the dunk. They were building a windmill, guys.
No way, dude.
Yeah, they needed it, bro, for the
whole way.
They needed the windmill. Satan's the prince of the air and all of that. So his lungs, the breath, Jesus breathed life into Adam through the dust. So his lungs collapse, right? And he loses all of his strength, which shows you the fragility of life, right? You can tick all the boxes, be a perfect citizen, do as you're told, and then your lungs bail out on you. And then there's deception, bro. So these pigs, all right, which is what we call police officers in certain parts of the world. You've got Napoleon and Squealer. You can see them here. There's Squealer and there's Napoleon. Napoleon, like, reminds me of, obviously,
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, and the famous Napoleon. And
which Trump says that he wants to be like. Trump always says that he some of his people that he would look up to in history as great leaders was Napoleon.
And Napoleon has Leonin, which is
oh my gosh, and isn't he the French?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So see, you got the French freaking alien right now.
Yeah. And then, but basically, the pigs lie. They claim they've sent Boxer to a veterinary hospital, right, to receive the best possible care, but they basically sent him to be put down and tortured and murdered. So again, that goes back to the Bible of how these people reveal themselves as angels of light. Then eventually, because what always prevails, bro, the truth. Ultimately,
Yes.
when all's said and done, it prevails. And Benjamin, who's a donkey, how did Jesus get into Jerusalem?
A donkey.
On a donkey. So he notices that the van arriving to pick Boxer up, the van belonged to a horse slaughterer and a glue boiler. So the animals then panic. They try to warn Boxer, and then he's kicking frantically because he's aware of where he's going, but he can't get out. Why can't he do anything? He's too weak. And these demons, Satan, when does he try to get you? He tries to get you at your weakest point, your lowest point, okay? And then 3 days later, it had to be 3. The pig announces that Boxer died in the hospital and falsely claiming that his final words were in praise of Napoleon.
Oh my dude.
Guys, give me a woo in the chat. Couldn't you imagine this? Donald Trump saying this, right? You're going to laugh here. Donald Trump would say this. Let's say Boxer's a human being, right? You could hear Trump saying, like, Trump would be the one that would send somebody to the slaughter, all right, get them killed. And then you could just imagine Trump saying, I can't do his voice. I wish I could. But I could just imagine him saying, well, you know, Boxer's final words were, I love you, Donald Trump. Make America great again. You could just imagine him saying that, like the delusion. And basically, these pigs came back saying that Boxer's final words were praising Napoleon, the pig. And then they created this banquet, this memorial for him, but it was from the funds from his death to buy alcohol. And check this out, just to finish off, guys. Do you know who played Boxer? Woody Harrelson.
No way.
Go back to my screen so you can see it yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Woody Harrelson, the guy who's in semi-pro.
Wait, you're not sharing your screen, brother. Share your screen.
The guy who is in that movie about magic, which is the Four Horsemen.
He's also in the basketball movie with Wesley Snipes, who's Blade, the vampire. White men can't jump.
Oh my word! Exactly.
Which is all about basketball.
Look, bro. Look. Boxer's a character from George Orwell's 1945 novella Animal Farm, who's shown as the farm's dedicated and loyal laborer, played by Woody Harrelson.
Oh.
So everything we do, when you and I work together, I don't know how we got to Animal Farm here, and then you talked about boxing, and I thought about Boxer the horse, and I thought about the Four Horsemen, and he's literally in a magic group in the movie Now You See Me, and they're called the Horsemen.
He's also in the Hunger Games.
There's 4 street magicians, and the names.
Oh my gosh! Dude, what is the girl's name?
Well, this is mad how suppressed we are. 66 likes for this. Again, I can't wait for heaven, man. It's unbelievable.
Dude, what is the main? He's in Hunger Games. Oh my gosh! Back to my screen real fast. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you can cut me off now. I don't need to share anything.
He's in the Hunger Games, and he's the advisor to Katniss. Kat is on the Knicks.
Oh, Kat, bro. Yes, Kat. I told you he's gonna have a massive series.
And she's standing behind an orange fire ring, and they point their finger up. The 2 fingers.
That's the rise of the Phoenix, isn't it?
Yes, the rise of the Phoenix from ashes to dust. And look real fast to Independence Day. Look at how coded this movie is. Directed by Roland Emmerich. All right, you have Rich in it.
Wow.
And then you have written by Dean Devlin. Well, you literally just move the I before the L, and you have Dean Devil. A dean is like the headmaster.
Well, it's so obvious Will Smith's not human as well.
No. And then you have, like I said, Jeff Goldblum, and you have this guy. Look I just noticed this guy's name.
Mary.
His name's James Rebhorn, but it's like Reborn. Bro, James Reborn.
Bro, what's the name of Trump's mother?
Mary.
You've got Mary McDonnell.
Oh.
You've got the Fox as well.
You've got the Book of Jude in the Bible.
Firestein. Harvey Firestein. Bro, these people can't be real. Their names, it's just Firestein.
Dude, you can spell, you almost get Epstein from Harvey. Harvey was the convicted pedo in Hollywood, the director, Harvey Weinstein, and you got Epstein. Why are there so many damn Steins?
Bro, Harvey like Harvest.
Like Harvey Dent from Batman. His name is Harvey Dent, Two-Face.
I think Steen means stone, bro.
It's a Jewish name. But look at
Stone.
they are trying to corrupt the souls of men, the jokers. He was a good guy. We really believe that most people are innocent and they're not watching the basketball games because they want to be indoctrinated with demonic alien juice. But this is what they're doing to you. They're corrupting your mind with games. And that's all the Joker ever wanted to do was play games with Batman. He said, the bat can't exist with me and I can't exist without the bat. The two are one. And oh man, that's where we got to end it.
Yeah, I'm knackered. I can't believe it's 5 o'clock, guys. I hope you appreciated this, man. I've been going since 5 a.m. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for your support. Thank you, Watchmen. Just 88 miles per hour, baby. Absolutely unbelievable information. We've got to be at the end. For us to be able to see this, we've got to be right at the end.
Yeah. And if we're not, then get ready for some hard times. Like we're already in hard times, but get ready for hard times. So have a little extra food, have a little extra water. Guess what? If the electricity gets cut off and you don't have cell phone access or internet access, are you ready to survive? Like this is important. Like our ancestors knew how to survive. Do you have enough to survive? I'm not telling you that Jesus won't take care of you, but Jesus also told us a squirrel stores up his nuts, all right, before winter. And if a great storm is coming, you better be ready. Now, I believe God will take care of us. He will rain bread down from heaven. But that doesn't mean you should be caught with your pants down. Speaking of pants, knickerbockers means pants.
And liar, pants on fire, baby.
All right. Well, we're not here to, like I said, get your money or your attention or harvest your energy. We're just here to preach the gospel and the light of Christ and get you to heaven. And...
Oh my word, your whiteboard has blue in the background.
Oh yeah, baby. It's the merger, guys. It's
London Bloody Horses plus 800 days. Guys, there's something going down. My boy Dave, there's something going down on 7-3. That's 73.
July. You guys, summer's going to be hot if you catch my drift. I'm looking, my biggest event that I'm looking for stuff to really pop off or happen around or near. Again, I don't set dates. I don't do this type of stuff. I know there's codes with dates and things that will happen, but the White House fight and definitely 4th of July, all that.
And Dave, with your 800, basically the square root of that is 28.28, which is a perfect number. The 2828, which is just absolutely crazy. That's when I think that's when Kobe's statue went up on 28, 666 games. So something's going on with the 800. That kind of makes sense. The 28 with the 8. Yeah, guys, it's the Horseman's coming, the Antichrist is coming, the beast system's coming, and so is Jesus. So
choose wisely, all right? Choose who you serve, all right? Forget the games. Let's stop playing the Squid Game.
We only serve one master, guys, and ultimately, so yeah,
just
wow.
Take from this what you will. Again, not here to tell you this is happening or that's happening. Not telling you the Knicks are winning, the Spurs are winning. But the merger, as we've just went for the last 3 hours, is clearly happening. But also the divide.
Oh, wow, yeah, amazing. All right, guys, take care. We really do appreciate you all. Hopefully tomorrow I can go live and so can Watchmen, or maybe post on his Instagram.
I will.
Time for us to go try and have a little bit of rest if it's possible. It's very difficult these days. But God bless you all. Thank you all for watching. Take care. God bless you all. God wins.